You are now checked in to Stand Up New York Labs. Oh, yeah.
I know you're like, how could a white man be allowed to be?
You can say the word only in the confines of this podcast. It's what we do, baby! Yeah!
You're out of your fucking mind, dude.
I have the power! With Metzger and
Well, what shows do you listen to on your when you're not listening and getting all these other shows ready?
So I listen to a bunch of different stuff. Like I've been listening, because now I'm all sampling, like a bunch of different shows now.
Like a true executive.
Yes, exactly. So I listen to all the all the stuff, my Planet Money and Radiolab and This American Life and all the ones like my old world. There's another like public radio show that I like a lot called How to Do Everything. There's Radiotopia, this outfit called Radiotopia that does a bunch of great podcasts. There's this new podcast that I love. It's called Race Wars, and it's
interesting.
And it's just before I start like sounding like a crazy person, it's these two comedians. It's this guy Sherrod Small and Kurt Metzger. Do you know
who is here on Fox? I've been on with him before, and he's so funny. Their
podcast is amazing. I love their podcast, and it's super funny, and it's the most honest and refreshing conversation about race that I've heard anywhere. Like it's totally unapologetic and real, but also not offensive. I think they do such a great job. I love it, and I love listening to it. And it's like a 2 hour long, sort of crazy fest.
That's a big commitment. 2 hours of a podcast. Our team over here is just shaking their head.
That is the best opening ever. Who wrote that? Paul Anka?
The Polish prince wrote it.
Who was the guy complimenting you guys?
That was Alex Blomberg. We'll talk about it.
Who?
Alex Blomberg.
Is he related to the mayor?
No, it's a different spelling.
All right. But I agree with him. I'm just saying I don't know who it was.
Well, I'm not against the song. Boys.
I think I am.
I'm not that into it.
What is it?
You don't have to be into it. It's our theme song.
Who picked it? Is that officially?
I'll be into it.
Do you have to pay the guy?
No, it's Wiz Khalifa, so
I met Wiz Khalifa.
He's a great dude.
So Sam. Hey, so Sam's here hanging out, but he's not coming onto the mic.
No, he's
the CEO. But so that's a good clip. This is what I was going to say before.
Talking about Alex.
Yes, Alex.
Very complimentary.
The guy who said it. That's him right behind you.
Oh, that's the guy who said it.
That's him right behind you.
Hey, what's up?
Good to meet you, man.
I can't hold three thoughts in my head.
What's up, man? Hey, how's it going?
Artie, how are you?
One of you nothings get up and give him a seat.
Well, the guy
just
that was as good a compliment as you could get.
I tell you, that was the best compliment.
No, it was a good clip, but why didn't we cut where the other podcast he mentions up front and then cut where she says 2 hours is too long?
So you want to edit that?
He's a dummy. See, that's what he already edited. I have to make sure we have the whole...
That's a typical comedian. That was the best thing, the best compliment I've ever heard. You want to edit it.
He already edited. I have to go back behind him and get the full version on it.
I'm a little insecure with that.
He's the worst.
Oh, my God.
He's such a comic. But thank you, Alex. We really appreciated that compliment, man.
Yeah.
Okay, get him on the mic. Can we get him on the mic over there? And look, he can at least explain who he is.
Here's what's funny.
Artie Lange's in the building. Ann Coulter's on her way up.
Is she? I was going to say.
Yeah,
You're
I can tell by the pistol
chair.
Bring her in. Bring her in.
But hold on. This was funny because I go.
I'm going to put Ann in Artie's chair and put Artie in Alex's chair.
I'll get up. Yeah, I'll be very nice.
Artie, sit on Ann's lap.
Hey, Ann, take a picture of it. Take a picture of all this.
Wait, here, good.
Wait.
And here, put Artie there, and put Sam. I'll put Alex. Why did you call him Sam? There we go. Alex right there.
Why do I mix it? Hey,
I gotta run everything.
Wait, listen. So Sherrod.
I'm so sorry.
Sherrod.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, I'm liquored up.
So listen what happened.
Caitlin?
I can't make... So listen. So Alex, I messaged him to say come on the show.
Yes,
right?
He's right there behind you, Kurt.
Okay, I'm trying to tell you the story. He's behind me. I don't know what to do. So Alex is like,
can we play that compliment again because Ann didn't hear it?
Do we have an hour to kill for the compliment?
Paul,
we don't need to play the compliment again.
I want everybody to hear. I'm proud of
them
it.
boys again. So Alex, so I go, listen, come on the show, and he was like, "Why don't listen? I'm a fucking CEO, dude. You guys are kind of unfiltered.
Of what?
But it's like a kid, like when you get your arm broke and you're watching other kids in a pool, and you got a cast. That's what he's like. I can't. I'm a CEO. I can't get my cast wet.
He's scratching on the CEO cast.
The cast of corporate responsibility.
Explain who you are.
Yeah. What exactly? What are you? Yeah.
So I'm a public radio journalist turned CEO of my own company.
That's great.
And the name of the company is that Gimlet?
It's Gimlet Media, yeah. And so we are a podcasting company. We do podcasts. We have 3 podcasts up and running right now, and More on the way.
Have you heard about race wars? It's
Yes.
huge.
Yeah.
I have.
No.
Play
That's
the
why
clip.
I'm
Has he
here.
heard about it,
Play the
man?
clip. Play the clip.
Way to tee it up. You're
Play the
right.
Yes, perfect. Here we go.
What shows do you listen to on your when you're not listening and getting
It's the
all
most
these
obnoxious
shows
thing ever that
ready?
you're going to play this again.
So I listen to a bunch of different stuff. Like I've been listening. It's because now I'm
So
all
great.
sampling. You know, like a bunch of
A
different.
white man can't do that stuff.
A true executive.
Yes, exactly. So I listen to all the all the stuff in my Planet Money and Radio Lab and This American Life.
Let's
and all
hear
the
it.
rest, like my old world. There's another like public radio show that I like a lot called How to Do Everything.
They're
There's
okay.
Radiotopia,
We'll edit
this
that out.
called Radiotopia that does a bunch of great podcasts.
Taking a while to
There's
get
this
to
new
race
podcast
wars.
that I love. It's
That's
called
what I
Race
said.
Wars, and it's
Interesting.
And it's just before I start like sounding like a crazy person. It's these two comedians. It's this guy Sherrod Small and Kurt Metzger. Do you know
Who
those
is
guys?
here on Fox? I've been on with him before, and he's so
yeah.
funny.
Their podcast is amazing. I love their podcast. And it's like
It's
and
so
it
real.
It's super funny, and it's all
I'm
and
the
it's
only
the
one in
most
this room
honest
with
and
that.
refreshing
so
conversation
real.
about race that I've heard anywhere. Like it's like totally
sound like an angel.
unapologetic
Played it
and
again.
real, but also not.
so
That was a
real.
pretty great
They do
compliment,
such
though.
a great job. I love it, and I love listening to it. And it's like a 2-hour long, sort of crazy fast.
We
That's a-
get
that's a big
it.
All right, cut it off. We got it.
Podcast.
Thank you,
Our
Paul.
team
Sherrod's
over
gonna
here is just-
Sherrod's gonna come into the Comedy Cellar with that on a boom
I
box.
jerked off. I jerked off to it 4 or 5 times.
Have you, Esty, have you heard the latest review of Race War?
No, I did. We were
so
watching
great.
Mad Max.
Right.
I was with Karen and John. We were watching Mad Max when I found out the clip, and then I
You
go,
kept
"Guys,"
pausing the movie.
I paused the movie, but I didn't have the isolated clip of the compliment. I just had the whole thing.
Oh, right.
So I made them sit because I couldn't figure out how to fast forward until we got to Alex complimenting.
Guys, I'd be excited. I'd be excited too, but like
reconsider the whole thing.
when you get to the end zone, act like you've been there before.
No, I've never
We've
been
never
there.
been there.
This is the
We're a mess.
longest Super Bowl dance I've ever seen.
I got 3 more minutes of shuffle.
I'm throwing a flag on this one.
Also,
No.
I'm not like anybody. Like, what are you?
You're
like,
a
what-
human
you're, like,
being.
so
Well,
about
you're somebody.
me.
You've got 3 podcasts
Yeah.
on the
You're the
air.
mayor of
Ridiculous.
podcasts, as far as I
He's
know.
got 3 podcasts. That's 2 more than everyone else on the planet.
But This American Life, okay? And also, here's what's great, because this is the flaw that we purposely put in the name.
Right.
Because when he says he loves race wars,
He
you
had to
have
explain it.
explain.
You have to explain it.
You have to explain
Or you're a
why.
madman.
It's really
You're-
ready to
Oh,
go on
that's
something.
good thinking.
I love it.
I
Yeah.
will say, when I heard the title, knowing these 2 guys, I did think that would be good, and it lives up to it. It does.
There we go.
Well, okay, but let's say you didn't know
tape
us.
that. We tape
Hold on.
that so we can play that back.
Let's say
I
you
get to the
didn't-
point.
Artie, let's say you didn't know us and you're in a comedy audience and the host brings me up
Yeah.
and says, host of Race Wars, Kurt Metzger. How does that sound? How does my Teutonic
you're
name
on-
sound in conjunction with a race war?
Or you find yourself in a live interview saying like, "Oh yeah, I really love this podcast called Race Wars."
Well, it was very articulate. He was
Nobody
very
has an
articulate. He clearly listened. I mean, it wasn't a bullshit compliment.
He explained the show. He really gets the show. He
Are
got
you
it.
saying it sounded better than me in my New Jersey short trash accent talking about how it's good?
I sound like your
It's a good
uneducated
show.
uncle.
Yeah, right. You should be my Uncle Artie.
This is a good fucking show. You hear this show? Let me explain it to
your
you.
ass.
It's 2 fucking comedians. It's some black guy, it's a colored guy, and a white guy. And what they do is they talk about race bullshit. I never heard anything like it. My Shylock listens to it. I listen down the barbershop. I got everybody down the barbershop listening to it. It's so real. What character did she play in Fast Times at Ridgemont High? That shit.
I don't know.
It's so real.
What was the, so
Oh,
so
my
you're
God.
CEO of Gimlet? Is that what it's called?
Uh-huh.
And Gimlet is what?
It's
A drink.
It's a
Delicious.
drink, and it's a company. All we do is make podcasts. So we just make. I was in public radio for a long time, and podcasts were taking off, and I saw it happen all around me. And
That's
and I-
amazing,
yeah.
dude, to go from public radio to something profitable. Like, I've never even seen. Did you sell a lot of tote bags? How did you make it? How
Only
did
in
you build
Obama's
this business?
I
America.
had to do a lot of I had to go through a re-education a little bit on to get out. But yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, it's amazing.
Well, thank you. We really
Yeah.
appreciate the kind words, and welcome to the show. And this,
Thank you.
Enjoy the mayhem.
I will.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
'cause
sit on the couch now.
We've had Artie.
I'll run up and jump on this microphone if I have something to say.
Yeah. We've had Artie and Ann on before, right?
Right.
And Artie we had before the great Twitter Artie bashing of. Well, I mean, you probably had more Twitter bashing.
Which one?
Which
the
one?
ESPN one.
Oh, yeah.
That's
The
already
live
a
show.
year ago.
I know.
Wow,
it feels
time
like
flies.
it feels like I read this fat girl gloating about it only yesterday. There's a Lindy West article where
What
she's
was
really
the Artie
spiking the
bashing
football.
on ESPN?
No, I said, you know who Carrie Champion is?
She's one of the
Yeah.
correspondents.
Black
over
chick
there.
on ESPN.
Yeah.
Beautiful girl. Like a young,
Gorgeous.
like a young Lola Falana. That's the best way to describe it. If Love Boat had Lola Falana on it, put it this way, I was watching it. And I don't know, I was watching it, and I was on the phone with my buddy who's a cop. And
Keep going.
And we started making, racial jokes to each other. And I said, hey, let's put this on Twitter, see what happens. And I just...
what did happen?
I thought, it cost me an appearance on At Midnight. Chris Hardwick.
He stood his
Oh,
ground
my
and
God.
refused you
Do
entry.
you think
I
that
got
Chris
banned.
Hardwick would ever let you fucking pollute his $1 billion fake nerd empire?
He called me
You
up and
think
goes,
he's gonna buy
Yeah.
expensive skinny jeans with?
What do you mean fake nerd? You say he's a fake nerd?
Well,
Yeah,
I just
I
watched
agree with
Terminator.
Of course he is.
I watched
I agree.
Of
Terminator
course he
3
is.
when he was fat Chris Hardwick. He's a nice guy.
How's he a
But
nerd though? He's been on MTV
He's
since
the
the
most
80s.
he's
Yeah,
the
I
most
know.
getting laid nerd that I've ever seen.
every nerd banged the young Jenny
You know,
McCarthy.
I don't want to be a
definition of
stickler,
nerd.
but what did you put on Twitter?
I put on
I think
Twitter,
you dropped a rather important part of the story.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ann,
So
you're
we
right.
haven't done the ceremony yet,
Let's
so
hear it.
maybe he shouldn't.
No, go say it. We'll
No, I just said
Post it
I
in.
made up a scenario where I was Thomas Jefferson and she was a slave, and she gets the whip from me. She grabs the whip and whips me and escapes, and then I come. But I pointed
She got
out
independence in the story.
No, I point out in the story to my naysayers that I only ejaculated when she was free.
Yes, the freedom of it.
Until when she got her freedom, I came like a geyser.
Trying to reach the North Star.
Yeah, and it was more of a.
I mean, how is that different from the average At Midnight answer from the host? That's my question.
I'm so glad I asked for clarification.
yeah, so
Well,
I,
look, I don't know that it was such a funny joke. It was very erotic, and
I mean, like,
if you just read it out loud, you will laugh. I challenge you not to laugh.
well, now that they made such a big
have
deal
it.
about it, every time someone makes a big deal about something, it sounds like Dan Quayle reading the lyrics to Cop Killer. It's like that, dude. That was worth making that song just to hear Dan Quayle.
Yeah.
And then he goes
with
on
his
to say,
fake outrage.
Then he goes on to say-
I'm going to get my rocks off.
There was a DJ.
I'm going to dust some cops off.
There was
You
a
fucking
local.
hump.
There was what you just said is so true. And there was a local DJ who
Right.
my lawyer told me I can't say his name, but he's like
Selena and Barnes?
He was like a big deal.
Is it Selena and Barnes?
I don't even know who they are.
Injury attorneys, 100-888-8888.
Oh, them. No, it wasn't them.
Okay,
Why
wanted
can't
to
that
make
be
sure.
our theme
It
song?
was a disc
Can you
jockey.
replace them boys with Selena and Barnes?
It was
Free
a
advertising.
disc jockey for a mainstream like top 40 station. So he starts bashing me because of it, and he has this whole politically correct crew around him, and he kept calling me a monster. And then the monster. When you thought his Twitter bashing session was over, that's when the monster reloaded. Having the audacity to compare himself to a founding father. This poor woman was at the hands of an enormous monster.
By the way, she had to wiki Artie Lange to know why she was insulted by Artie Lange, I bet.
She
Artie Lange.
wikied me. We had to wiki the monster.
Is it I've never, somebody interviewed me. Oh, from the poster, Fox, somebody called me up because we had Artie on the show.
Yeah.
That night. Well,
So,
you guys
like-
defended me very nicely.
I know,
we
but that
did a
made
show
the-
from
We
Village
love
Underground.
your family, Artie.
But
Yeah,
that
I know.
made the
We
paper.
surrounded the fucking wagons.
But
You're
that's,
right.
that's how crazy, like, it made the paper that I just defended Artie for a Twitter storm. Like, I don't even know what the fuck
Well,
that
you
is.
defended me on the. That's right. Listen, this is how crazy it was. The car to take me to At Midnight was waiting outside my apartment in Hoboken, and my friend called me and said, "Listen, did you know that you're not on this show?"
Really?
And you know me, it takes hours to get ready for a TV appearance. I was deciding which cargo I was going to wear. And I'm like, no. He goes, no, you're not allowed. And my agent called me up and said, listen, yeah, it's bad. I'm like, what's bad? Because you're banned from ESPN. Like that's gonna cut into my income. I'm banned from ESPN.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me sports legend Artie Lange?
If I'm banned from Bananas in Hasbrook Heights, that's gonna hurt me.
Did they cancel your 30 for 30?
No, somebody tweeted. Hold on. Somebody did tweet Noam at the cellar.
Yeah,
I swear to God, and
Really?
go, Artie Lange does not go on that stage, or we will bring protests
Let me
to
tell
the
you
comedy
something. That would have
cellar.
been the best favor of all time.
I know,
What
that would be
comic
great.
doesn't want protesters at their fucking
Yes.
gig?
Oh, come
I
open for
always
me,
wanted
Artie.
Yeah, I know. I love. By the way, I love Ann. I'm a big fan. I wanted to come here because I love Ann Coulter.
Well, the other hate I get is because we have
Thank
either
you.
we get people that turned around on Ann Coulter because they heard her on our show. I
The
swear to God.
monster.
Yeah, we changed
It's
it.
like, wow, I really. But
We change them.
But here's what I encounter when people are like, just when I was in LA last, which is of course the place where that's going to happen, right? Where your friends, you had Ann Coulter.
That's LA.
I'm sorry, but how do you have that woman?
Say goodbye to your set at Largo, Mr. Metzger.
You think they say that to you? Imagine what I get. I would welcome the comments you got for hanging out with Ann Coulter.
Listen, but here's the thing.
We didn't know you were one of
One
them.
old black lady walked up to me and smacked barbecue sauce out my hand. Just smacked it. I ain't know her.
Well, the first thing I do,
That happens to me every
You should
Sunday.
be ashamed of yourself.
I clarify that I just have an email relationship and you have her actual number.
Yes.
That's what I tell
Well,
them
she's
first.
actually been to my apartment.
It's a sight
Keep
to
digging a hole,
see.
buddy.
Hello.
Keep digging a hole.
I've been in your apartment too.
I just got. That's right. Artie's been to my apartment.
Have you put sheets on the mattress yet?
Well, I had to take the sheets off because it was a lot of banging before you got in there.
I thought because Artie
Both on the
wanted
left
to wear
and the
them.
right.
There's a lot of banging going on.
Hey, hello.
Oh, so yeah. Anyway, I don't understand how Twitter. I get how people on Twitter are shitty. I get that, but I don't understand how it became this magnitude where I have to pretend with you that it matters. I watched Ben Carson. This is why I lost. Not that I had a huge respect for him as a politician. I mean, he's a brain surgeon. I respect.
Right.
I respect
Separated
that
kids.
part of him.
Right.
He's a bore too. Good God Almighty.
But I watched that
boring.
fucking hunk on MSNBC. Chuck Todd. You know Chuck Todd?
Yeah.
He
looks like-
separated the first conjoined twins. He's a bore.
He's a bore.
I mean, for
Tell
his
that fucking
benefit.
I mean,
story.
do that every time we see you. Then
Yeah.
just pull fucking baby heads apart.
Don't you think that's a little
Let us set it off.
it's selfish?
Listen,
I mean, like I got to listen to him.
Wait, listen. This is why he's a bore. Okay, so Chuck Todd goes. I couldn't believe this shit. Chuck Todd goes. Is it true that you said hashtag Black Lives Matter is silly? Okay. I mean, the gravity he said that, you'd have thought that this guy had a sexual fantasy about some ESPN bitch. Okay?
Don't turn on me now.
You'd have thought he committed a real crime.
That's
like
hilarious.
tweet a harmless thing that doesn't do anything to anyone. You'd have thought that happened. So
And
then
is correct.
Ben Carson backpedals like this. He goes, "No, I never said that was a silly." I mean, like, dude, how about the correct answer, which is, all hashtags are fucking silly.
Yes.
Did you think this one was a more important hashtag? You suck. You're patting yourself on the back for doing
in
nothing.
his defense, he's new to politics. He's new at getting questions. And a normal person's reaction when you're asked something, did you do X, isn't to evaluate, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's just to say,
Are you saying
no,
I'm
I
not a
didn't
normal
do
person,
it.
Ann?
Of course. No, you're far from
No,
normal.
I was just thinking today about all the ways reporters will trick you into saying something you're not interested in saying, and that's one of them.
Well, that's what I like about you, because people go, like, is she doing an act? And I don't think you're doing an act. I think you're just saying what you think.
Yeah, 'cause
and it's insane to people, because the people that
You're really on easy street if you go through life as a right-winger in politics.
yeah, but people, well, it depends
It's
where
just
you live.
constantly Kennedy Center Awards, cover of Glamour
lot of high fives.
magazine. I'm in race wars because I'm refusing to do the Tonight
This
Show.
is everything that's not industry.
But
You had to go to Jennifer Aniston's wedding tonight. You canceled that, right?
but the people
My
that
life
listen,
is great.
the people that would go, I go, why is she awful? Somebody like, but she is just terrible. Oh, what did she say? Can never tell
Never.
me
No,
the thing
that's
you
it.
said.
Not one thing.
Same thing with my stupid Facebook. Oh, good. Oh, your Facebook. Well, what did I say? Oh, I don't know, but your Facebook. So you don't have a thought. But
well,
I'm
Gavin
wrong because I had a
McGinnis
thought.
just offered a liberal, I think it was $10,000 to read one of my books after he was denouncing me. And I mean, pretending to be what
Is that
I
offer
am.
open still? Because I'm really broke. Like this, will he give me 10 grand?
It was this particular liberal. I forget who it was, but he emailed me and told me about it and said, "Look, I'm not giving you a time limit, but only a pussy takes a year to read a book."
I was gonna say.
So I'll just say that.
I have dyslexia,
pretending to be a right
Listen, super fudge is harder than you think.
It's like
Judy Blume threw a lot
you're
of tricks
just
in there.
pretending to be the guy who shot Cecil. You didn't really shoot Cecil. No, I'm just faking because life is so great.
Well, you hit on two things. That is what I really want to get into, which is one, this
Zebra
hilarious,
lives matter.
Yeah, this lion's like.
Thank God
because-
Cecil's
Oh, you want
dead.
to touch on this because he still
made me
he
laugh
loves that
so
the local
hard.
people in Africa are like this. Why the fuck do they care so
They're
much about
cheering.
Hold on, did you read the New York Times
Yes, I
editorial?
said that's an immigrant we can
Okay,
take.
But how great!
I love
number
that
one,
guy.
The guy's African name. How great is his name? Goodwell, like Mabutu or some shit. But Goodwell, I love those names so much. They always
Who's
got
African name?
Dude,
I wanna
Good Luck
punch
Jonathan
Kurt so
from
bad right
Nigeria,
now.
great name. They always have names like
Yeah.
Happy Graduation,
Yeah.
Djibouti Click Noise, Season's Greetings,
Baby shower.
Mama Shower.
My favorite is Baby Shower Makumbu. Yeah, Baby Shower. No, that's a cool dude, man. Baby Shower, cool dude.
Great.
I would love Baby Shower. I would love him to play for the Knicks, actually. Baby Shower, a couple inside.
So anyway,
22 points, 8
here's
boards.
here's what Baby Pool had to say in a nutshell. He was like, listen, people were sending him condolence emails to this guy in Zimbabwe.
Right.
Okay, saying we're sorry for your loss of Cecil the Lion, and he didn't know what the fuck they were talking about because it turns out they hadn't actually named their lions like that. The lions
He didn't
killed
know
them.
who Cecil or.
That's something.
The Dark Knight of Death.
Yeah, goofball tourists named the lions.
Yeah.
Right.
The names
actual-
for the Africans usually in it man eater or
Yeah.
man
Right,
killer.
right,
Yeah,
right.
or run for your life. Or-
Sorry for the loss of Carmelo Anthony.
So fucking, he goes, yeah, I don't know if you know, like a lion killed my cousin. He goes, we weren't upset, we were bewildered.
That'll
It
shut him
turns
up.
out they need a lot less lions and more dentists. So if you're a lion killing dentist, you are a national hero in Zimbabwe.
So that doesn't mean,
Yeah,
that
if you
just mean
ever-
that the
if you
dentist
need-
is more of an asshole now because he went there and shot a lion and still ain't look at nobody's teeth.
But if you make, no, I'm saying you make a good point. Fuck that. If you need a root
Snub
canal,
up,
you're
boy.
not going to a lion. I mean,
No, if it weren't for big game hunting, these lions wouldn't be alive because the Africans would kill them. They are nothing but predators. They keep
Yeah.
them alive because rich Westerners will pay to shoot them.
Well,
which
that-
seems
yeah,
odd,
that's
but you know,
hysterical.
It's so
What
weird.
the fuck?
What's
It's a
the joke?
business.
Why not just pay to go see him? Just go see a lion.
Well, that's only
Well,
$20.
that's,
It's a little
fucking,
fascistic of you.
that's-
People have different kinds of enjoyments,
Yeah.
different hobbies.
20,000 to see lion.
I like to
50,000
shoot guns.
to
We go-
shoot lion.
Yeah,
We're
why-
going for your
Dude,
birthday.
fucking,
Yeah, we're going to shoot for my birthday in
How-
Randolph.
Let me ask you this: How much
But-
is it? How much is it to fuck a lion?
I would fuck a lion now. As long as the lion don't lose his life, I would fuck it.
80 grand to fuck a lion.
Anyway, I'm just saying if on
Somebody's
Twitter,
fucking a lion.
dude, if a Twitter, somebody saying something on Twitter, you know, could make you like kill yourself, right?
Right.
Maybe you should. Like, and I'm not saying that's
true.
right.
Yeah.
But I would like to say that Alex Bloomberg agrees with me. And
Yes. He nodded. I saw him nod his head.
he nodded his head.
I do not endorse that comment. I do not endorse that
That's why this podcast is so real.
We ruined
Because of what
lives.
you just said. Because of what Kurt just said. This is so real.
Yeah, that is not what Alex
Oh,
says.
good God Almighty.
But
No, but you defended me. I tried on the At Midnight show. Kurt actually said something.
I know.
Which you took a big risk.
Oh, they
because
go, what's
hardly
the-
nobody knew really who I was.
what did they say? Like the most dangerous thing that you wouldn't
Most
do?
dangerous thing, you said, speak my mind on Twitter, and it
Yeah.
got like a spattering of applause. And then
Yeah.
Chris Hardwood, like a typical nerd, texted Carmen Electra, it'll be over later.
Well, he does.
Go on, Kurt, I'm just nerding it up here.
He does know nerd shit. I give it to him.
Fake nerd, huh?
Oh, come
Well,
on,
if you-
exactly.
look, if you're judging by your knowledge of like Star Wars, he is a nerd.
No,
But
I'm not judging by that.
I'm not.
No.
I'm calling a nerd what I was in school, which is unfuckable, and you know what I mean. Or I
Right.
guess in my
Unfuckable.
adulthood, to
That's
a
the
degree.
nerd.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's
So
not
he's
the
a more
Star Wars.
Stefan and less Urkel
A
than he put
nerd
enough.
doesn't have lunch at the Ivy with an agent.
But I like him. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying you get laid a lot. Like you're not like
Yeah, brunch at the Ivy.
you know. Like Mike Lawrence.
I'm at the Ivy. I'm nerding it up at the Ivy. I'm getting the sashimi salad with Jenny McCarthy's hotter sister. I'm such a nerd.
Oh man,
my black card at Barney's. I'm such a nerd.
But by the way, I do judge that guy for killing that lion, even though the African guy's right about that. Because I'm like, why would you want to do? I do agree with Ricky Gervais. Like, what's in you that you're like, I want to kill a lion and have its fucking head?
I don't know. You know, everybody says that though. That's a very liberal. Like, it's kind of cool to kill. Kind of cool to kill a lion.
If it's like attacking a village,
yeah, but I don't know. I'd still shoot the fucking thing.
Right, and it's with
care?
a bow and arrow. It's a very hard thing to do, and
Man,
I love lion
did you get it with a bow and
rubs.
arrow?
Yeah.
Don't say it's better because it's a bow and
Of
arrow.
course
Stick up.
it is.
It's the worst death. He got to run off and suffer.
Yeah, but it's harder to hit.
That's right. The right thing is to shoot him in the head.
Just shoot him in the head.
Well,
with a
that's
bullet.
what they did when they caught up with him.
What are you saying, Sean?
You're sick.
He should have held the gun sideways
By
to show
the way,
disrespect.
Yes, please.
Ernest Hemingway did this every summer. Every nerd's hero.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But I don't get bullfighting either, but at least with bullfighting.
But he also beat women,
there's
didn't
some
he?
They get
fairness.
wounded.
Yeah, they get, and if you saw that picture, they really pay for that. So that's a fair
They're
fight.
taking a risk.
That was
Yes.
a cool. Hemingway was a cool motherfucker.
Did everything cool.
Beat up a woman while he was killing a baby cheetah.
Oh, Hemingway.
You cool motherfucker. I'm going for Marlin. Shut up, whore.
Oh, did you, by the way, speaking of beating a woman while killing a lion, did you read?
Speaking of,
That should be a book.
Did you read the thing
By Ann
about?
Coulter. Speaking of beating up a woman while killing a lion, the
That's what we should do in the Middle East.
the new Ann Coulter page turner from HarperCollins.
Did you read about Dr. Dre, like an NWA movie?
Straight out of Compton.
Yeah, I guess they because they're talking about how the movie gets into all the nooks and crannies of NWA. But here's one nook and cranny they didn't get into. I guess Dr. Dre like beat up several women.
Oh, we knew about that. One woman, he had the D from that hip hop show. He had to pay $5 million.
It's not in the movie.
I mean, well,
They didn't cover that. But then the other thing I didn't know.
That's
now,
not a
here's-
big surprise.
But this is why I know about the story, because it was on Sade.
Allegedly.
Sade
No, it's not
Pilot's wall. You know Sade?
Yeah.
Rod, who
Sade
threw
the
phone
singer?
No.
No.
Sade who threw the phone at
Sorry,
Gavin.
that's the only shot day I know.
No, you know Sade.
I'm from Newark.
wait,
Gary
someone.
Goldman's girlfriend now.
Whose girlfriend?
Gary Goldman's girlfriend.
Oh, Gary. I know. Has a girlfriend.
His
I don't know.
girlfriend.
The black chick.
The cute black chick.
Oh, the black chick.
Wait a minute, but you said the one who threw a phone at Gavin?
Yeah, she threw a phone at Gavin's
Could we get
head.
back to that?
Oh, that I
yeah.
know. I know
Oh,
that story.
okay.
She did it on Race Wars.
Which, by the way, I've seen. I mean, I'm not
I
going to
don't
say
know the
Gavin's.
Race Wars.
Gavin's not enraging enough to throw a phone at, but just in my show, this was the contention we
He
had with
loved
her.
it, too. He loved it.
She
No,
threw a
Gavin
That was
loved it.
foreplay for him.
Gavin
he
was like-
loved
yeah.
it.
She threw a phone at Gavin McLeod.
Yeah, Gavin McLeod. As a matter of fact, you're exactly right. Gavin McLeod.
Gavin McGinnis.
So, because Gavin hit her with like such a. It was a hilarious shot because he was saying something. It was saying something sexist, but then he
a
backed
joke.
up.
Yeah.
But then he backed
A
up
line.
with, if you were home cooking right now, we'd all have a nice meal and not be in the some shit that
Yeah.
like just hit her. Right. So she whipped her phone at his head.
And her
which she
phone.
loved.
She loves her phone. She
Yeah, she don't
bringing
give
her
a
own
fuck.
phone.
And I see the bedazzled phone. I see. She
Yeah, it
has,
is,
right?
yeah.
You got all that pink
No,
shit
look,
in your head.
Sade's a down ass bitch, and that's her best and also worst quality. Like I also like that about her, but it's also not necessarily good. But listen, throw a phone at Gavin. I don't give a shit.
Message.
You can do that, okay? But just not on our goddamn show. Just to respect our house was my only issue, not
Yeah,
the violence.
that's what right,
I'm
exactly.
for her violence, okay?
Coming up on Race Wars, we find Sade. What's your name?
Sade.
Sade's
Sade's
racist.
best and worst quality.
So wait, this is why I'm getting. So she posts on her Facebook about Dr. Dre. She goes, and I didn't know this whole story first,
Right.
but she posts like, "Fuck Dre." This much like Bell Knox from the porno thing. This should follow him around his whole life, like her doing porn. So then I'm like. Oh, Sade, this is another one of your fucking fuck men, go for women things, which it is. But in fairness to her, when I read what Dre, he beat his fucking ex girl or
Michelle
wife.
A. Michelle A.
It was Michelle A.
Yeah, they got a kid.
Nice,
got a kid
nice,
together.
nasty.
See how I got to
nasty?
come with all the information?
Hold on.
Yes.
But
The
is this
black
the one
information.
that he beat her to the point she had to get plastic surgery?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a little
But guess
severe.
what? He paid for it, so ain't that nice?
Well,
And
look,
say, you know
hey,
what's going to follow
let me tell
Dr.
you
Dre
something.
It's a
around his
happy
whole life?
ending.
I'm going to write a song, an R&B song called "You Picked Him, Bitch," and it's going to be about and then I burned his stuff and all that shit they say, like, you picked him. It was obvious you shouldn't have. To everyone. He had a tattoo on his neck. You thought he wasn't going to hit you? Really? No, you thought he was kind enough to wear his fucking hat and have a Fred Durst goatee to let you know I'm poison. Don't come near me, but your dumb ass was attracted to it. So just how bad am I supposed to feel? That's all I'm saying.
Right, okay.
That's a great song.
You know who was poison was Eazy-E's girlfriend.
Listen, I lived with a crazy...
I second that.
I lived with a genuine, and we're friends now, but a genuine crazy person that regularly assaulted me, okay? And I was like, it's hard to leave. I used to say that dumb shit. And you know why? Because I didn't want to pay my own fucking rent. And it was hard getting cable installed in that neighborhood.
So the ass woman was
and I
worth
just
it.
couldn't go through
It's
that
hard
again.
to leave.
So it's not that hard. It's like, why didn't you... That hashtag, why I didn't leave.
But
That's
a girl
mine.
can't have done much damage to you.
Oh, she beat the shit out of
She whipped
her.
a full jar of peanut butter at my balls.
Depends on the
And,
broad, yeah.
Let me tell you something. She's Sicilian, and let me tell you something. They're fucking... they're half animal.
Yeah.
Sicilian women, and I say this.
No, it's been proven. No, it's been proven.
What does that mean?
Hold on. No,
Artie, you got stories about it. Come on, the old neighborhood.
I've never hit a woman, but I've been with chicks
Okay.
who can take a charge.
No, Sicilian
If they
women.
get both feet planted
Yes.
by a dory,
They're half
you
the
can
devil.
do 6 months.
They're half the devil, and my friend Alex Bloomberg will attest to every word of that. I'm
He
dragging
nodded
Alex.
yes again. He nodded yes. So we got approval from
That's
Alex.
when the monster.
No, my mom's
Reloaded.
Italian. That's how I got abused so bad, because my mom's Italian.
That's
They're
not why
just-
you got abused so
yeah.
bad, because you were an asshole kid. That's why you got abused so bad.
No,
Take
I was
the blame
abused.
off of you.
But I will say something funny.
You don't
Remember-
blame it on the Italian
Hold on.
women.
Do you remember? It is Italian women. Remember when I told you that the in my neighborhood, like the bullies would like actually make me play football with them, and then you pointed out, Kurt, I think they were just including you in football.
He thought it was a punishment. Like, you guys, why'd you pick me?
They made me the quarterback, and I was like, stop bullying me. That's how
What
lazy
a
I am.
dork. He was a
That's how
dork.
much I didn't want to do sports.
You were a dork like Chris Hardwick's a nerd.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of football, what's his name is punching his jaw broke?
Who?
Geno Smith.
Geno
But
Smith.
I mean, the Jets are better off.
But what's
without
up with your boy picking him up, picking up the dude who just got suspended?
what are you talking about? Who?
The guy who punched Geno Smith,
Yeah.
Rex Ryan.
Oh, I know Rex
Put
Ryan.
him on the Bills.
Yeah, well, listen, Rex Ryan's a dope too.
Yeah.
I mean, Rex Ryan has got warning track power as a coach.
He looks like a
gets to
big
the-
fat Irish woman.
Well, you remember his old
That's
man,
Jeb
Buddy?
Bush.
Oh, yes.
Or Buddy Ryan looked like?
That's
I mean,
true.
he was not healthy. But, he gets to the championship games. That's all he does. He can't get further, I think.
Are you guys talking about sports?
The
Yes.
Jets.
Oh, my
no, we're
God.
not. We're talking about the Jets.
Oh, thank God I'm not the only girl here.
Do you know what I always say, Ann? Whenever he tells me who's playing who, I always go, I hope everyone has a wonderful time.
Yeah.
What's the big game next week? I hope everyone plays fair and no one gets hurt.
Shut up. I know what I want to ask Ann about.
What?
Your boy Trump and
My love.
going
I
after
love Trump.
Megyn Kelly. Whose side are you on? First of all, who's?
Well, both of theirs. I thought the questions were fine, and I thought Trump was fantastic.
I thought he was hilarious when he said only said that about one woman, Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
I mean, that kid. I mean, can you imagine poor Rosie O'Donnell? She'd have to dinner somewhere and go, who's the big loser in the debate? You.
Wait, follow-up question. Follow-up question to that. Can I,
poor woman?
But
Poor
Artie, here's
thing.
my question. How did Trump say that and is still running for president and Artie couldn't get on at midnight? Just why would a comedian be held to a standard that
Yes.
a guy running for president
That's
is
what
not
I mean,
held
I'm not
to?
running for
That's why
president.
Trump is our guy.
I mean, listen.
That's why he's my
It's
guy.
going to open all new vistas up for us.
I mean,
That
the
is
blood
true.
comment, I'm just upset he didn't do it at the debate. Like, the comeback should have been, blood's coming out of your pussy. Blood is coming out of your pussy
he
right
was
now.
not referring to that.
What did he say?
He said, blood's coming out of your pussy.
He did not.
He said out of her nose and out of her wherever.
And then what else is next? Read the fucking line. Between the
Oh,
lines.
that's crazy. He totally wasn't referring to
I'm
that.
kidding.
He didn't have to. We knew
It
what
was
he
probably
meant.
her ass.
No, it was
Nose or ears?
conservative dweebs who interpreted it that way because they have sick, diseased minds.
No, okay.
You don't interpret stuff that way?
I love Trump because Trump is like a constant, just a guy who's just always drunk, yelling shit out.
I know.
The Mexicans are going to push a build a wall. Who's going to pay for it? The King of Mexico. I'm going to get the King of Mexico to build a fucking wall. And then
It's gonna be huge.
I don't like guys who got captured in wars. How's that fucking sound?
If you were a hero, you wouldn't have got captured. You're a loser with no class.
If you were a hero, you wouldn't have got. It was only your 23rd flight. You fucking asshole.
A real man would have escaped like Rambo out of that camp.
Let me out talk to the Mexicans. I love Mexicans. Build a wall around that motherfucker, and then put a little door in it so the little Mexicans can come look. I have a door for my Mexicans who work for me. We have a big wall around the outhouse.
Okay, why are we
think
not
you
all
could be
Trump speechwriters right now?
That's what I'm thinking.
Because if Trump made that speech, 20 points in the polls the next day.
I have a wall around my Mexicans who work for me, and I put a little door that they can come through just to mop up, then they go back.
Dude,
You
then the
gotta
best.
be the White House press secretary.
Dude, the fucking
Give me
best.
another shot of Rumpleman. I'm running for fucking president. I'm drunk Donald Trump.
Drunk Trump. Drunk Trump. Drunk Trump.
I'm drunk Trump. There's pussy. There's blood coming out of your pussy.
He did not say that.
Hold on, let's
You
have
notice
drunk
how I
Trump.
concede every other point?
And, hold
I
on.
know, like, I love every question. Like, what would you do about taxes? There's blood coming out of your pussy.
No, we're gonna do that. And you be Megyn Kelly. And I want you to be Megyn Kelly, and I want you to ask
Right, that's good,
drunk
Kirk.
Trump
You're
the tough
Brett Baer.
questions.
You're Brett
Okay,
Baer.
let's
Go
see
ahead.
it.
I'm the Brett Baer with that stupid Boy Scout head of his.
Okay.
Yes.
God, he looks like Davy from Davy and Goliath.
He looks
doesn't
like
he?
the Lego man. He got Lego man hair
got Lego hair.
and
Together.
disposition.
He's still put together.
Which reminds me, in defense of Megyn, the problem was she didn't ask all the candidates the question.
Right.
It wasn't so much
That's
that
because there was blood coming out of her pussy.
Donald Trump did not say that.
I'm saying it.
Every time you say it, I'm going to keep
Drunk
coming
Trump.
back to
Drunk
Okay.
Trump.
Now,
It
drunk
was not
Trump.
that the questions to him were so bad. It's that the questions to the rest of them were so boring.
Yeah.
And by the way, the answers were really, really, really
Because weren't they
Weren't
trying
you
to set up-
sleeping?
They were boring.
Were you sleeping at every moment other than, the cat fight between Christie
Oh,
and Rand Paul?
I just fast
That was
forward to the
good.
parts
and
they said to
every
watch on
time
the
Trump
thing.
talks.
And
Yeah.
it looked everybody.
Other than
they were
that-
putting, it looked like
North
Dude,
F.
if I
like
gotta
Bill
hear,
Cosby up there, putting people to sleep.
That was Ben Carson, sir. It's a different black doctor.
Marco Rubio.
Are you? Is this Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
No, Donald.
No, sir. It's Ben Carson. He's not.
That's not Johnny Carson. That's Ben Carson. Can someone tell Ben Carson to get my car? I'm a neurosurgeon. Yeah, right. Good one.
Drunk Trump, please. This is a
Drunk
debate.
Trump.
I'm drunk Trump.
Now, drunk Trump, let me ask you this. What is your position on abortion? Would you have some abortion, or do you say, like other Republicans, no abortion under any circumstances? What's drunk Trump's position?
That's a good answer.
I'm for abortion.
You know?
Especially if my daughter is dating Ben Carson.
Drunk Trump. Drunk Trump. Drunk Trump. Drunk Trump.
I want him to separate my daughter's pussy from his dick.
Drunk Trump sound like drunk Hulk Hogan, don't he?
Oh my God! Now, drunk Trump, how do we handle?
What else?
How do we handle ISIS, drunk Trump?
I'll tell you how you handle this motherfucker. You get a big knife in your back. You know what I do?
What?
I behead Megyn Kelly.
Okay.
Because there's blood coming out of her pussy.
Wow,
That's a good
That's
answer.
straight from the holy book.
I mean, that would
Don't
take
hit me.
ISIS by surprise.
Don't hit me with these trick questions.
is that gotcha journalism, drunk Trump?
Oh my God.
It's an
Why?
ISIS crisis. I just made that up.
All right, so here's the other thing that I want to get into.
Okay.
Which you brought up Gavin. It's great because I had a fight with him on Twitter about this.
Oh yes.
Why
okay.
am I the only person not getting in fights on Twitter? Oh, because I don't read
Because
responses.
there's
I just remembered why.
I'm not going to say the full sentence. I'll give you the bullet points. Blood. Pussy. Put it together, sweetie.
Trump did not say that.
Well, he alluded to
He
the.
did not allude to
And
it.
that's why drunk
be
Trump
great.
just won my vote over Trump.
Yes, I
I'll
would.
be great for women. Women love me.
They do.
Mexican women love me. I love when a Mexican woman goes through the little door I make for her.
Drunk Trump.
I love that. Was so funny. He goes, I'm not opposed to putting a little door in the wall.
I thought that was sweet.
I don't miss that.
He said that.
He was trying to be nice.
It's the funniest thing a candidate's ever said. I want to build a wall, and I'm not opposed
To put in a little adorable door. Poquito.
No one's
Poquito
asking. I'm not
porta.
barbaric. I'm not asking them to climb over the wall.
Poquito porta.
I'm not asking them to build a ladder. It's going to cost a little extra, but I'm not opposed to it. Maybe a sliding door.
That's very generous.
I'm not opposed to it.
It's a very generous policy.
Like somebody would have to give
Somebody
me
brought it up. Can we at least have a tiny door for their tiny heads, Trump?
Like a lawyer.
All right.
A lawyer's so frustrated. Listen, okay, we'll build a wall. Can we at least have a door?
They're not budging on the door, sir.
I don't hate
They're not
the
budging
idea.
on the door.
I'll get them to budge on the door.
I thought it showed his compassionate side.
Of course. Of
It
course.
wasn't passionate.
Why is Fox going at him, though, Ann? Why is Fox attacking Trump like that?
Well, the story is in all the media that Rupert Murdoch said to take him out.
Well, what about
Rupert-
Roger Ailes, though? Roger Ailes did a smart thing. He knows it's ratings. And then Trump did a smart thing by saying, Roger Ailes called me, so Megan, shut the fuck up. Your boss called me.
That's what the
Right.
story is. I mean,
it's ratings, right?
But
Yeah.
it's not ratings just because Trump is exciting. It's ratings because Fox viewers and, by the way, MSNBC viewers, CNN viewers, all viewers apparently love Donald Trump.
I agree.
I mean, he has amazing cross-party appeal.
Who doesn't love me? I got the Rumpelman. Who wants some Goldschlager?
You know, he doesn't drink.
Bullshit.
Drunk Trump
Of
does.
course, he's worth $11 billion and we aren't.
You're right.
Oh, but they say it's 2.9 billion.
That's right. What about
Oh,
that?
they knock everything he does.
Who was counting it? Mexicans?
You know they can't. Well, I'm not opposed to teaching Mexicans math. Just the ones that come through the little door.
Can he win, Ed? You think he can win?
I actually do.
He can win the
Really?
He can win the candidacy, but
I did not think he could win the nomination or the presidency. And then about a week in, I thought, oh my gosh, he could be the nominee and he could beat Hillary.
in all seriousness, is it something weird about me that I'm more scared of Hillary Clinton than him?
No!
I don't know. She seems devious to me. Like
Okay,
every
like
He
secretive.
is not
Yeah,
devious. Anything on his mind comes right out. He's
listen,
much like us that
Artie,
way.
she's devious. The appeal of her is not that she's like likable or funny.
Right.
The appeal of her is I want, like, for example, I want fucking single payer. I want that.
Okay.
And this devious bitch will
it's-
get it from me.
So
and
it's
that's
real.
why I vote for
It's
her.
issues. It's real issues with
It's
her.
issues,
Right.
and it's not that liking her. And by
Right.
the way, not voting for her
I
because I
don't
didn't like
even
her
think
is
it's
a mistake.
issues. I must tell you, I think it's we owe her. The feminists are saying it was deserved. She
We didn't know
deserved
her
it
when
in
Obama was running.
2008, and you Democrats ran off with this trophy wife Obama, and
Oh,
now
shots
you
fired.
owe her. You owe
Trophy
Hillary.
wife.
But the problem is, feminists may think that, but I don't think Americans feel like we owe her.
What do you know from America? No, I don't.
Really?
I think you're right.
I want to build a little door for Ann to go back
Hold
home.
We'll make a tall, thin door.
I'm a little tall, right next to my bigger door. You'll have a thinner door. Let me work this out. 1 second. I'll do it in 2 seconds. I can get this. I'll have a big door for me.
All right. Well, this is the Gavin fight because
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
Gavin
yeah,
McGinnis,
yeah.
by
So
the way.
what do you say?
If
Do
people
you-
don't know who it is, it's Gavin McGinnis,
Yeah.
who's been on Fox News, and he's got a podcast
He,
on Stand
he's
Up New
almost
York.
as
If people
Labs.
don't know who he is.
as Sherrod, as Karen calls him, steampunk Donald Trump.
That's pretty funny.
He dresses
What is
steampunk.
He is
dude.
kind of steampunk.
What does that even mean?
Steampunk Artie. Wait, Uncle Artie, you don't know what steampunk is?
Don't hit me with these big fucking words. I'm still working on the door logistics.
Well, steampunk could help you with that. That would be the technology
I've
for a
been
Mexican
Steve-punked.
steampunk. All right, so slavery
Push it out.
is the reason for the Civil War.
Slavery's bad.
Yes or no? Drunk Trump, please.
Yes, but that's not why
Trump,
the
please.
soldiers fought.
Why did the soldiers fight?
Because it was their home. They didn't have slaves.
Right.
It was because, so, yes, of course, at a larger level, of course, the Civil War was about slavery.
Well, that's not what Gavin says.
No,
he says
but
it
that's
was about
not why.
states' rights.
He's a
Almost
Canadian
none of the
coming down here trying to
soldiers
start trouble in our country.
Agreed.
Thought about it, knew about it.
Boom.
Yeah, but first of all, it's not just the owners that are making money off that. There's the guy who makes whips. And the guy, the
big
town,
industry.
The town
No,
shackle
but they
smith.
weren't.
The dog
They were
trainer.
fighting barefoot. I mean, and
Yeah, because they were that low that they didn't. God forbid. This is from when I got
No,
just
it
reading
was
the
a very
quotes. This is their quotes that I'm going from. God forbid a black is equal to me, and never mind having a slave. That fucking
no,
crime
but
can't
Abraham
happen.
Lincoln said the same thing, and he was the one who staged the Civil
That
War.
makes
So
him
But that's
even
even
better.
more-
It was
that's
somewhat
makes him a better-
common.
That means he's
That
even
makes him a better
greater.
person.
If he was a racist and fought the
he's
Civil
carried this
War
out.
to free black people, that's a greater man than I thought he was.
Yes. He's
Fighting
about-
for slavery
Yeah,
and being a
but-
racist. you're
Beyond
worse.
my hate, I'm going to do this.
He's not
okay.
the good guy.
At one
He's
No,
point,
the
he
less
nobody's
evil.
also said, if I could save the Union by keeping slavery, I
Right.
would do it. If I
Right.
could save the Union by getting rid of slavery, if I could do it. If I could save the
Right.
Union by...
He
okay,
also
so
said-
And
in
the
some
South
ways,
was so shitty that he couldn't.
But he also
That's
said
how shitty the
So
South.
in
They were
some
like, we don't
ways-
trust you. You're going to get rid of slavery.
he also said they're all pink on the inside.
But the argument wasn't. See, this is what they always do. This is what he said. He goes, "Well, Abraham Lincoln was a racist. Who gives a shit?"
Yeah, what does
The-
that matter?
The point is, they wanted to keep slavery, and they were going to fight to the death. And if you were going to fight for a rich
No,
guy
they
to
wanted
have
to
slaves,
keep the Union.
Even
The South, I'm
abolitionists was a
talking
little
about.
racist. Even
Right,
abolitionists
but
who
the
had black people in their house was like this.
Yeah.
it's the same as when people
You had
down
to be.
people
A
down
little back then.
Margaret Sanger. You know, I had somebody post this about Planned Parenthood that some
Right.
black pastors asked to take down the bust of Margaret Sanger from this fucking city thing.
They should.
No, they shouldn't.
creepy.
Planned Parenthood's fucking great. It's like saying the moon landing's not great because a Nazi helped us. So what if she was a racist? Birth control's great.
No, but it
Planned
wasn't.
Parenthood's great.
No,
Abortion
no.
is
It's
necessary.
totally different. It's not
ain't gotta
like
tell
it's
me. I have more abortions than
unrelated to
anybody.
why she was starting
Don't
Planned
get into that
Parenthood.
conversation.
It was
gives a shit?
specifically to kill black babies. It wasn't like, we're going to pass out birth control
Well,
pills. She made it
yeah.
absolutely clear.
Black
that's
babies
what
matter.
was the idea.
That's the quote that they use that you're kind of
well, it's
paraphrasing.
more than a quote.
But she did a lot to help black women, and that's the thing that's twisted.
by killing the babies
let's-
because she
look,
was into
I'm gonna give it
eugenics.
to you.
I'm torn on this.
Say
I'm
No,
torn
but
on
it's
this.
not like
I'm
it's
giving it to you. I'm giving it to you.
Mark Twain, and he used the N-word. It was specifically her purpose in starting all of these Planned
I'm
Parenthood.
give
Wow.
that shit to you. So what? It's still great. It doesn't take away from how great it is getting
Okay,
birth
you
control.
might-
It doesn't take away
No,
at
it's not
all.
birth-
George
abortion
Washington
is
had
the
slaves.
issue.
I still like America. I forgive you. You're a slave
No,
owner.
I'm
but now
indifferent
you're
with
going
George
back
Washington.
to someone who did something else who had a slave as opposed to Margaret Sanger, and what she's being celebrated for is this
They used to
eugenics
rape their
effort
slaves. I
to
forgive
kill
them.
lots of black people, and that was she was and she wasn't one sentence.
Okay.
That's all she wrote
Just
about.
because she had one.
She's a sick bitch.
it wasn't one
Just
sentence.
because she had one great idea, I don't think we need to blame her for the rest of
Thank you. Thank you.
You shut your
Uncle
joke
Trump.
mouth, Kurt. You
It
shut
doesn't
your
matter.
joke mouth.
The final thing is she started a great thing. So who's the guy?
She started a great thing for the wrong reasons.
So yeah, the intention doesn't matter. The
Happens
result
all
fucking
the
It's
matters.
kind of
time.
like the Germans getting all this technology
But
from.
then-
I like aspirin,
From
and
tanks
I'm pretty
and
sure
stuff?
aspirin
But
directly
then you should
gassed
have
Jews.
like a bust of your penis so that you can have lots of
I'm
sex
listening.
and not worry about it. It shouldn't be a bust to the woman who was specifically putting these abortion
Exactly.
clinics
No, but
in
she
black
did it.
neighborhoods.
Tear a fucking picture down.
It
I
isn't
agree.
like she did something else and she was a racist on the
Yeah,
side.
fuck that
That's
bitch.
why she was doing it.
You
First
heard
of all,
her.
We're going to have a statue
She
to
was
your
not
penis, and
unique.
if that doesn't get you, I don't know what
I don't
else
know
I
why-
can
And
say.
Coulter and
Okay.
me going against you two whites.
Am I
Once
supposed
again.
to? Am I supposed
Once again.
to? Hold on a minute.
Fuck that bitch who started Planned Parenthood. Fuck her babies. And
just-
fuck her grandmama's babies.
I don't fully understand
Fuck her.
the
We like
argument.
what she
Okay,
did. I use Planned Parenthood more than anybody.
I
Thanks
just-
for that.
Hold on.
But
Penis
fuck you,
too.
bitch.
I just want to be clear. I'm supposed to be
God damn
against
it.
the big statue
Louis.
of my penis. Is that what you just suggested to me?
That's what she's saying.
I don't even
yeah.
know how I'm not already winning this argument.
I was
I'm
thinking
ag-
that would win you over. I was sweetening the pot.
I'm
Well,
against
you
any
sweetened it
fake
pretty good.
interpretation of Kurt's penis.
Why?
You should have started off the argument by saying this ends with a statue of your cock.
I wanted the
why-
same
I
size as that
would've
Mexican door in
Listen,
the wall.
so if you're saying overall, I mean, you're letting the individual
That's the
soldiers off the
statue.
hook.
Oh, this is this is Kurt's white penis.
It's not.
Bigger than I remember.
Well, you know how it is.
Oh,
I'm
got a
not
nice
opposed
building.
to a
Sure,
statue
piece
of his
paper
cock.
on him.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I'll give you the real measurement. It's 1.5. 1.5 faces. I measure it in face lengths. I don't know. Do you guys use inches? I measure faces.
I'm not even listening.
And I'm not talking about thin little, I'm talking about tiny Mexican heads, as Drunk Trump would say. Talking about
My
big,
cock
fat-
is 2 Mexican heads.
But enough about my cock.
Enough about your stupid cock.
But you say overall it was for slavery, though, right? You do say that.
Right, but I would also say that most of the people fighting had no slaves, were poorer than slaves, were competing with slaves. They were fighting because Union soldiers came to their part of the country.
To this day, Southerners are still dumb enough to defend rich people. That's how they are.
That's how we
Southerners less than the entire Republican field
that's
for
all
president.
Everywhere is poor people
You think
defending
these
rich
soldiers
people.
out here in Iraq own oil companies?
Listen,
Fuck out of here.
listen.
But
That's a
they're
little more
doing it-
indirective and evil than directly fighting to make sure
But
slavery
they're doing
stays.
it less than
You see what I'm
the
saying?
What do you mean?
Republican candidates for president. They're the ones who really are defending.
The only war that seemed to have any ethical, real something at stake morally was World War II. The rest seemed like just, we really were. It seemed like we really were saving the world.
But
on some
even
level.
that, which
But-
I agree with you, that is
Yeah,
saving
the
the
rest
world.
seem like bullshit.
If you're a fucking Christian, you couldn't even fight in that war. If you're a real Christian.
Afghanistan was pretty good.
Well,
So there's no moral thing. There's no moral war ever. There's
Afghanistan-
not.
It was
The
over in
only
6
moral
months.
war
Weeks. I
is
mean,
when
yeah.
Jesus
I will
comes
give you
back
6
and kills
months
all
on
of you.
that.
That's the only
Wait,
moral.
what are you babbling about?
No,
Actually,
he's
I
I heard you
saying-
say
wait,
something
wait.
about
It's
Christians,
against-
and I wasn't hearing the
He said
surrounding
it's
words.
against the religion, just to kill in
No,
general.
it isn't. It's absolutely
To go
not
to
against
war?
Christian
Yeah, you
religion
can't
to go
fight
to
for your
war.
I tell you this.
Oh, you're a Jehovah's
Yeah.
Witness.
Yeah.
You don't even celebrate birthdays. You don't know what
That's
Christianity
also
is.
unchristian. That's hysterical. You would say that to me.
I
that you
know.
don't celebrate birthdays. You know what Christianity is. They're unchristian. They're very
Yeah.
unchristian. But here,
This isn't
this is a
Christianity.
fact.
This is some
Well,
nut cult.
What? That's all.
You're a lovely person, but you were
it's
raised in a
all-
nut cult.
That's what I call it a doomsday cult.
Well,
I'm not a
then
Christian.
why are you arguing with me? Once again, we
I'm
agree.
not
A
a
statue
Christian.
to your penis,
Are
you
you-
belong to a
hold on,
nut cult.
But are you a Christian? What kind of Christian are you? A Catholic?
Straight Christian, Presbyterian, technically.
So listen.
You Protestant cunt. Sorry. It's the Irish in me. That's the Irish in
You're
me.
a Protestant.
Yeah, I'm
I thought
everything.
you went to Catholic school.
I went to Catholic school, grew
Well,
up, went
those
to a
are good
Presbyterian
rules.
church.
You went to all those, really?
I went to
kidding.
Bishop Lachlan in
I went
Brooklyn.
to a lot of different things, too.
Why,
Catholics have the best schools.
It's
They
pretty
do.
good school.
How would you
Yeah.
justify, just if you're a Christian?
Yeah.
Because you've read the book, right?
The book?
Yeah.
The Bible?
The Cave Jew Dum Dum book. You read it, right?
The Bible.
He called it the
now
Cave
you sound
Jew
like
Dum Dum
Bill
book.
Maher. Oh, you
What
got
is Bill Maher-
brave
what
and
is-
I
attack
don't
the
know.
Bible.
I don't know that Bill Maher is qualified as I am to
What is
attack the
Bill
Bible.
Maher like in bed?
He's great. Oh, me? He's
What
great.
is he like?
He's
Why
talking
are
to
you
Sherrod.
looking
He's
at
very
Kurt?
aggressive. What?
What is he like in bed?
Stop looking at Kurt for that question.
New rule.
I mean, he keeps in shape.
New rule.
It's
My
like saying-
pinky's in your ass. New rule. You shut up while you blow me.
Why are you reading my submission packet to Bill Maher's show?
New rule.
He's literally word for word my submission. You gotta blow me.
He hates religion, though. He hates religion
No, I
just like
don't.
Kurt.
I
New rule.
don't.
There's no God. I guess there's a
And I'm
God.
not a guy. See, there's a difference. It's like people that hate it. You know, there's like comics that go to England.
rule.
You know, there's a classic comedian thing, such as Jamie Kilstein, of where you're a comedian, you go to another country and like bash America, and they love you because they hate America.
right. Like the Dixie Chicks.
Right. Like
Exactly. I hated that. I
they
did.
hated Bush, but fucking
Yeah,
whatever.
say it in Texas.
Like
But the
Ariana
and I'll
Grande.
respect you.
Right.
Like
And
Ariana
I
Grande.
hate Bush.
Right. But the hatred, right, Ariana Grande, that's crazy because America invented what she does.
Ariana
Like, that's
Grande.
crazy. But whatever. The point is, the hatred that an English person would have for America is merely themselves reflected back at them. My hatred that I would have for America is
Bravo.
a genuine thing. My hatred of religion is not like Bill Maher. He doesn't know fucking religion like that. I got this shit beat into me and then beat out of me again, vigorously. So I know the Bible intimately. So I want to know.
But wait, it says
I
like
wa-
as a Seventh-day Adventist.
Forget all
That
it's,
isn't
it's
Christianity.
Witchcraft. It's
Okay,
witchcraft.
forget all the
to tell you
whatever the
truth.
Can we
shit.
take a vote? Is
Yes.
that Christianity? No, it is not.
It's
New
witchcraft.
rule. This isn't a vote. This is my show. Oh, I guess you're not dumb. I'm smart. You're stupid. stupid.
Oh man,
That's almost a good Bill Maher impression.
it's awesome. It's awesome.
Well, here's what I want to
good.
know. This is why I ask every Christian. So, how do you justify any kind of nationalism at all? How, like, when people say, because you were talking about a civil religion. That's how I felt when you guys were talking about football. Exactly. Yes. How can I disrupt this with noises? Because I don't give a fuck about
Sorry,
retro.
go ahead.
No, I understand it.
Do we have time
100%.
for a promo? You're watching Race War.
Yeah, call it 866-969-1969.
How would
Nate,
you
I see you on
justify-
hold. Nate, I see you.
How would you justify any going to war on the behalf of a country being a Christian? Just how would you justify that? Because it's pretty clear.
Good question.
Not only turn the other
It's
cheek.
not a good question at
but
all.
also
It's a
pretty
snooze
clear-
fest of a correct question.
But also, God
There's
hates
nothing
every
against
country.
killing in the Bible. There's something against murder.
That's
It's
just
justified
the
killing.
commandments.
Christianity.
No,
there
murder.
is.
Murder's in the
I'm
commandment.
not
Right,
Kill.
murder is
Listen,
an unjustified
I'm not
killing.
talking
about-
Totally
It's translation.
stupid
I'm not
juvenile
talking about the
sophomoric
Jew
question.
part. I'm not
It's just
talking about the
translation,
Jew
Artie.
part.
I'm not talking about the Jew part.
Okay.
New rule, no Jew part.
Yeah. I'm not talking about that part. No, I'm not talking about what the Jews did. I'm talking about Jesus was pretty clear.
Okay, well,
He
in
doesn't care about any
Christianity,
government.
unlike your little cult, we believe the Old Testament too. So
Your
it
little
isn't
cult.
just the Jew part. There's nothing against killing in the Bible.
They
So
got
except
killed
the
all the time.
sentence.
So when the
Don't kill.
Christians were being fed
It's
the
against
lions,
murder.
why
You
didn't they
can't
fight
kill
back?
unjustifiably.
Is anyone else
You
hearing
can't kill
me?
at all. You could maybe kill
Yes,
in
you
self-defense.
can. That's a crazy
maybe.
cult belief.
No,
That's
it's
like,
turn the other
and by
cheek.
the way, speaking of George Washington, he really effing hated the Amish because they had this belief.
Who brought him up?
Well,
I just did because he
Listen.
reminds me of these Amish. They refused to fight in the Revolutionary War,
because they
and
were
then they started
Christians.
bossing
After
George
They were
Washington
Christians.
around.
We wouldn't have a fucking
And George
revolution.
Washington said, "Screw
Hey,
you!
I'm not
fight
a Christian.
in the
They
war."
are cowards. I'm not a Christian.
You're not a Christian.
We wouldn't
you don't
have
know
a
what
revolution
Christianity's.
if they wouldn't have a revolution
Oh,
if they were
I'm
Christian.
sorry. I
They would have just
cannot
paid their
discuss
taxes
history
like
with someone
Jesus
who
told you to
doesn't
do.
read.
Let's everybody calm
No,
down.
I can't do this.
Everybody
There was
calm
the
your
most
white selves
Christian
down.
war
How?
in the
In what
history
way?
of war of
Jesus
of
didn't
war.
say just pay your fucking taxes. That's not in the Bible.
Our war was promoted in Christian sermons, in Christian pamphlets.
Yeah,
The
'cause they
entire
weren't
Christian
Christians.
church.
Christian Slater.
Well, okay, because you know what keeps defining Christianity is your peculiar little cult. That's not
That's
Christianity.
what Christianity is. A
And-
peculiar cult.
Okay, well, until your
It's
little
not
cult.
the establishment
No, it's
ever.
not.
The only people that are going to get saved are
It
going
was
to be
an
this many.
incredibly Christian
I'm
country,
in there.
colonial,
The only real
pre-revolutionary
Christians, I would
America.
say-
It was an incredibly
Let
Christian
her talk.
war. There were Christian
That's not a
ministers
thing.
saying, well, you're just going to keep saying, that isn't what Mormonism says. Okay, this isn't Mormonism we're talking about.
Talk
Or
about the
whatever your
Bible.
little, Scientology doesn't say that.
The
Well,
Bible.
I got a tip for you. Pre-revolutionary America wasn't Scientologist, it wasn't Mormon, and it wasn't your crazy little cult either.
Jehovah's.
It was something known as Christianity.
Yeah,
and it was
it wasn't
incredibly
real
Christian,
Christianity.
and generals were encouraging the boys to fight by saying, go and do your duty for God and Jesus today, and they'd go and
Okay.
kill redcoats
Okay,
because we were
so hold on.
fighting
Just so I'm
for
clear.
freedom given to us
Right.
by God as described in the Declaration of Independence, for which the Liberty
Right.
Bell, it was 100% based on the idea that you can't have a king ruling you only because God gives us our rights, not
Right.
some king ruling
That's why
over
Jesus
us.
is gonna be
It was
president,
a
not our
deeply
king.
Christian
What?
religion, not
Yeah.
Seventh-day Adventist or
Oh
whatever your
my
little
fucking
cult
God.
is.
Okay.
Oh, shit! Drop the mic on the
Holy
nigga.
shit. So just so I understand where you're coming from.
No,
it was-
You don't know what Christianity is, and you don't know what
Okay.
our revolution
Hold on.
is.
Hold
Here
on.
we go.
Here's what I do
Here
know.
we go. God damn it.
Well, can we go? Can you just stop clapping
Sorry,
for a second?
I got caught up. No, you're right.
You've
You're
been
right.
culted.
You're right. I got caught up.
So you're telling me it was cool with God for a bunch of Christians to murder other Christians in the name of having a country? That's
Not in the name
Christianity
of having
to
a
you.
country, in the name of a Christian principle that we are all equal before God, and one person doesn't have a right to rule over someone else because he allegedly has a gift from God to be the king.
No, as a
That's
matter
what
of
a
fact, he
monarchy
does.
is based on.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm telling you what.
Well,
I
okay,
don't think
look,
he
he's a
does.
Seventh-day
Oh.
Adventist.
Hold on.
Apparently, they believe in kings
I'm not
too.
a Christian.
We don't.
I'm not a Christian. I don't
Christians
think that.
don't.
But
Americans
Christians
don't
do think
believe
that.
in
The
kings.
King of Mexico.
In
What are you
fact, it's
talking
in our
about?
The King of Pop.
Constitution.
Where
You're not.
you think Christianity supports democracy? Where did you get that? What Bible did
I
you
said we
read?
don't believe in kings, and in fact, there's a
course we do.
provision in the
What-
Constitution.
What bloody
you
orifice you
cannot
pulling that out
have.
of?
Christians do.
You
yes.
cannot. No, they absolutely
Believe
do
in
not.
kings?
Are we voting for Jesus to come
As-
back? I'm not clear on
No.
that. Of course they don't believe in fucking democracy. It's monarchy.
They
The
don't
whole
believe in
Bible's
kings,
monarchy.
and it's against the
No, it ain't-
Constitution
you
to be
thinking
given
too
a royal
specific, Kurt.
title.
You thinking too specific.
As to what's in the stupid fucking Bible?
No, you just did the famous liberal two-step. We were arguing about one thing. You
yes,
lost,
Matthew,
so
Mark,
you
Luke, and
moved on
John.
to
Hold
some
that
other
horse till I
points.
get on, nigga.
So why-
We all read the Bible growing up, dum-dum.
So how did none of these lessons stick with you?
It's the same way the lessons
totally
from
did. We
Spider-Man comic books
understand.
didn't stick with me.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I forgot the Pythagorean theorem, too.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It stuck with me, and that's why I don't believe this shit
It
no more.
stuck with you because you got it drilled in your head every day of your life,
I don't know
every
what
hour
stuck
on
with
the
you.
hour.
You don't know about
And then it's gonna get
Christianity.
warped.
You don't
That
know about the
story-
history of the country.
I
What
know more
stuck
than
with
you
you?
about it.
It's
You
easy
don't-
to get
you
warped.
really don't know what's in the Bible. This is in the Bible. A Christian
What's
can't
in the
fight.
Bible?
A Christian
That's
turns the other cheek.
insane.
Yes, that's why you shouldn't be a Christian.
That
it's
is
fucking
no,
crazy.
it's insane that that's in the Bible.
I know. It's a fucking cave Jew
It's not
dum-dum.
in the Bible.
Can we all agree that it's the Jews' fault?
God
It's all the
commanded
Jews.
people.
I've been saying that.
God
And Alex
commanded the
Bloomberg
Jews.
can
I'm
back
not
me up.
opposed. I'm not opposed to it being the Jews' fault.
In the Bible, God commands the Jews to go into a town and kill every living thing. There is nothing against killing in the Bible.
Thank
Okay,
you.
why wouldn't you quit the religion just for that shit, first of all? Secondly,
That is
when
an
Jesus
odd
Because
one.
I
came-
believe in
Because
killing.
I believe in killing too.
When
Somebody
Je-
fuck with your
As
family,
I
you don't want to
did
kill them,
with-
I'll
Yeah.
kill the
But
fuck out of
Jesus
them.
didn't.
And I still think I'm
Yeah.
going to heaven.
You like these
Yes,
people that
Jesus
think
I'll
did.
snap their fucking necks off and I still go like this. I'm going to heaven with God.
Same.
Because
Yeah.
I defended my family.
spoken like a
Or your country, or
it
your
was almost
principles.
like Jesus Christ himself.
So if
saying
it's
that.
kill or
I
be
got
killed,
one.
Break their neck.
if it's
Love
kill or be
Jesus.
killed, you
Yeah,
should be
no,
killed.
I'm the one who's wrong.
I don't know what you're saying. If you
No, Jesus said break their neck.
So
That's
if-
what he said.
so if it's-
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read the Bible my whole life.
Break their
Jesus said, oh, fine, break their neck.
You
Yeah,
don't
no, you guys are right.
understand.
Jesus, wait, first of all, you taking third word. Jesus ain't write this down for you and say, Kurt, read what Jesus wrote for you, Kurt.
Well, that's what
this
they
is
told
do
me.
somebody else, do somebody else, do somebody else. So you taking this as Jesus' word, you already wrong.
I'm not
No, the
taking it as
Bible is
Jesus'
from
word.
God. He just doesn't
I'm saying it's
understand
horseshit. I agree with you. I'm just telling you, you're not a Christian if you're a fucking
No, we're
nationalist.
not.
You can still be a
Seventh-day
Christian. You can be a bad
Adventists.
Christian. You can
You
be a bad
think-
Jew.
We're not
You can be a bad
Amish.
anything.
Tell you
Okay.
something.
And that's why you
say-
can be forgiven for your sins because you can be a bad Christian.
Well, I know
nigga.
you can't go kill another Christian in the name of any flag.
First of
Yes,
all,
you
it's
can.
very-
Sure you
No,
can.
can't.
Sure you can.
Yeah,
It's very
absolutely you
unfair.
can.
It's very unfair that you could use that word and we can't. Because
What?
that's
I got to put my dick
Oh,
on your shoulder
hold on.
for the
Yeah, get the
But we got to take a
ceremony.
break, though. We got to
Oh.
take a break
All right,
first.
ceremony.
We're going to take a
We
quick
gotta do
7-minute
news.
break. and
I was
we'll
allowed
read the
back
news.
on at midnight until this podcast.
Already is back off at midnight.
We'll do the ceremony. We'll be right back. Race Wars. It's getting fiery in here. Ann Coulter, Artie Lange. Huh?
He's a Philly man, I
I play
believe.
good music on here. You got to give me.
No, this song I really like.
do
Is
like
this
this
new?
song.
It's a new song.
I like this a lot.
It's
yeah.
Kurt Vile.
Me too.
And
Pretty
I like
Pimpin'.
that. What was that one you played? That British weirdo shit. I
Oh,
like
yeah,
that too.
the Sleaford Mod.
But that,
I like
this,
that.
That
This
was a
had
dope
like
song.
Lou Reed, Velvet Underground type of thing. That
Yeah.
last
Yep.
song.
Yep.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Kurt Vile. So check it out.
Good name too.
That's a perfect
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Yeah.
Kurt Vile.
Should change my name to that.
Now go, Kurt. What do you wanted to do?
Oh, are we running the thing?
We in.
Let's
We in
run the
now.
bit. Yeah, let's see if it works because it might just suck because the recording.
Are we
So
doing
we're
a bit?
This is called what? No, it's just a little game. Let me set it up.
Game.
Let him set it up.
Okay. It's called What's Your Persuasion? Okay.
Okay, Race Wars. We're back with Artie Lange and Ann Coulter.
Yes.
Me and Kurt. We're all
Yes.
there. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So What's Your Persuasion is merely when you see people you don't know what you're like. What are you?
Like what ethnicity they are?
Yeah, but I like to call it a persuasion, like my
Persuasion,
uncle
okay.
Artie taught me.
You know,
You're
a persuasion.
Yeah.
The
So-
Caucasian persuasion.
Yeah, I like that because then
Okay.
it counts. Like Rachel Dolezal, she was persuaded to be black. Like,
But that ding-a-ling, that cock persuaded her.
yeah, that guy persuaded
Does
her.
that. Oh, it does that.
Oh, it'll do it.
Okay,
The
so
cock takes over. I've seen it ruin families. That cock ruins neighborhoods.
all right, so drunk Trump is that drunk Trump speaking?
This is drunk Trump. I'm not opposed to building a little door where the cock can go in, but not out.
All right, so I said I wanted to do this bit, and I
Right.
went on Facebook. I'm like, somebody make a song. And like all these people sending us songs. So this is the one I like.
We got the
theme
best
song.
fans, by the way. Best fans.
Yeah,
Big
they
shout
make
out to
some
the
good
truckers
shit.
and all everybody who listens.
I think it's Cody. His name is.
Big shout to the truckers, though. You know I got
We'll
love
put
for y'all.
we'll put his name on the
motherfuckers.
description on the podcast because I can't remember offhand. But he made a good song. So I think it's Cody Clark. I think.
Okay, Cody
All
Clark. Let's hear it.
So play it. It's shitty sound quality, I think, unless they manage to clean it up. All right, go ahead.
Are you black? Are you Asian? Are you Spanish or Malaysian? Are you
Great song.
white and evil? What's your persuasion?
I like that.
What's your name?
My name's Ishrad.
Ashrod? Okay. And what is that? What are you?
I'm Bengali. I'm from Bangladesh.
Ew!
I had my comeuppance.
As Kurt celebrated, he spilled his coffee on his own.
That was almost funny enough to be worth that.
As I was celebrating othering that girl.
That was funny.
Oh, yeah.
The whole game is literally I just ask what you are, and then I react poorly to it.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, man. Wow, I am soaked with coffee in the pee area of my pants right now. There's going to be hell explaining this one.
You're out of control. That was great, though. I like that.
Yeah,
Ew!
You know, that is Steve's, my roommate outside, Steve.
Oh, Steve Fab?
Yeah.
Fabricant?
And as you know,
big shout to Judge
Bernie. His brother's a fan of the show.
Big fan of the show. He's a judge in Connecticut.
Yeah, remember when I said that Steve chews with his mouth open, and Judge Bernie, I guess, got the word to him, and Steve's like, dude, I chew with my mouth open? He was eating a sandwich with his mouth open while he said that to me. But I'll say this for Steve, he brings home some fine tail sometimes.
Really?
Because he has Superman hair. I'm telling you.
He has Superboy hair is the difference.
Well, now it's Superboy hair. You're right. At one point it was. Yeah, that's a good point.
It's boyish now.
But anyway.
And he likes a nice, skinny, confused Russian girl who's really Ukrainian but saying Russian because you don't think we know asylum Jews. We know what an asylum Jew is, bitch. This is New York.
Enough about Upa, Shirai.
Sorry. Is that too Brooklyn?
Does he eat pussy with his mouth open?
I'll bet he does.
I'm sure he does. The one time he did it in his life.
But Steve really does go like he gets. So this girl's a nice. She's her name's actually Ishrat, not Ashrod.
Ew!
Yeah, that's what I said. Ishrat. And
Ishrat.
she's pretty hot, dude.
I'm sure if she's with Steve,
she sounds smoking.
So she was a fan, so she sat and let me do that to her.
Oh, good.
She's laughing in the
Well,
recording.
thank you, Ishrat.
Yeah, thank you, Ishrat.
Ishrat.
We call her Rot around the way.
Crotch rot.
Let's see what Caitlin got. Caitlin's here. Caitlin Bailey's here with some news.
Yeah.
It's going to be throw it to
Let's
Caitlin.
bring
Hey,
it
guys.
to Caitlin.
What's up?
Fans been asking about her.
Let's go to our news bitch.
Yeah, with the bring our girls back hashtag.
They said where's Caitlin and Karen? And we said, they got a spinoff show now.
Yeah,
What's your show
Crash
called?
to Mouth.
Yeah, so
Coming
they have
up.
their own show coming up.
Yeah, we're launching August 18th. So
I
look
feel
out for
under
that.
the umbrella and under the thumb of our show, I hope.
Yeah, they're definitely under the umbrella.
I hope they're
under the
our-
scrote of
Yeah,
our show.
Our family of broadcasts.
They're in the taint of shows that we have here. The taint.
As long as they don't feel in control themselves, I'm happy.
They're never in control.
Okay.
Ken, you want to run through the news for us?
Yeah, totally. We got the Oath Keepers are in Ferguson, making both the protesters and the St. Louis County Police equally
What's that?
uncomfortable.
Now, what do you think about that? Those Oath Keepers going down there. They said
What are they?
These are like militia that's going down to Ferguson, saying they're down there to protect the reporters from the from black people. So they got machine
They're
guns.
specifically for to protect Alex Jones of Infowars. Who's been getting threats.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Does someone's got us?
Specifically.
Are specifically to defend I love Alex
Yes.
Jones because that's like the insane clown posse of news.
Yeah.
Like it's not for smart people. Unless you're from Austin, Texas, then you can.
What do you think about that, Ann? The Oath Keepers. Did you see these guys?
The Juggalos.
But you're joking about the Alex Jones.
No, I'm not. That's
So
their
they
official
swore-
position.
they
You
swore
know
an
what
oath
would
to
be
Alex Jones?
safer is if Alex Jones didn't go to Ferguson,
Yes.
right?
Well, I mean, he's a real journalist, and I mean, how could he not?
But he gotta
be
stand
in the
his
middle
ground.
of what's
I mean, not
happening?
that he shouldn't go,
Yeah.
but it just
This
seems
sounds
like
like a
lot
false
of,
flag to me, everyone.
I feel
I'm
like
a-
a lot of hullabaloo for this
armed
one.
bodyguard.
Dude, I want to
Yeah.
ask everyone. We had that conspiracy guy from Stand Up's other podcast. Come on, remember that? And like, this is just what I want to know from conspiracy people. Does anything, just anything, ever happen? Is there one fucking thing that just happened? How everybody said it happened ever,
Ooh,
and
that's a good
always
question.
they always say no. They always. That's the thing of Alex Jones.
And
like,
they're not wrong.
how do you trust him?
Right.
How do you
not
trust
wrong.
him?
They're
Everything
wrong.
gets
They're
constructed
terribly
and
wrong.
retold. And
Yeah, but
They're
how do
so
you
wrong.
how do you trust him when he literally like okay, you think maybe there's a false flag to take our guns away, okay, but he also thinks there's a plot in juice boxes to make us gay. So how do you not?
So he
take
knows
that?
about that? Yeah, they call it a juicy juice.
Is that why I'm gay?
it's weird because they're
It's
local.
just in grape juice box.
I mean, and right now
black
in
people
Ferguson,
don't
like
I love all the
That's
rumors.
a black joke. You can't get it past
I
me.
threw it out there for Sherrod to tag.
But wasn't that a thing like Fago or something? Who got accused of making black men sterile? Remember that? There's always something
yeah.
that black
Yeah,
people
yeah.
like that
The
comes
syphilis
out
thing?
from a guy with a beret.
Well, if it ain't white
Yeah,
pussy,
yeah,
it ain't
yeah.
going to work.
Kim Kardashian.
There you go. All right, go ahead, Caitlin.
I mean, do we want to keep talking about that or no?
Whatever you got.
Well, that's, I mean, the guy, you're right, Alex, why not just not go to Ferguson is
Well,
a
stay out of
good...
there.
The thing
I
with
mean,
the
yeah,
Oath Keepers,
it's, you know, come on.
it's like they started out down there, like specifically for Alex, is that's why a bunch of them are down there. But like they're also like protecting local businesses, but they're upsetting like the
That's
police,
nice.
and then
Could you
they're like
imagine,
interacting
though?
with the protesters.
And these
It's
are
like
black-
it's confusing.
Could you imagine if black men went down there with automatic weapons?
Yeah, well, that's
they got the
happened
same
already.
rights as these white dudes with automatic weapons. Same rights.
I'm thinking about having
and
you
was out
hauled
on the
in right
street.
now. for
Out on the
saying it.
street, you know it would be a fucking war
I
right
think
now.
a lot
now
of the
it's-
Oath Keepers are black, aren't
No.
they?
All
No,
white.
right now it's
All
a
white.
bunch of white Oath Keepers
Well, that's a
lecturing
dumb
black people
decision.
about their Second Amendment rights and encouraging them to arm themselves. That's
Now,
what's
could you
happening
imagine?
now.
Oh,
That's
just me.
kinda
Just
funny,
imagine me with
right?
the same gun,
Isn't that funny?
walking
Yeah.
through Ferguson.
So
with all
imagine-
my rights, the same rights they
I mean,
got.
I agree with Ann in the sense
Murdered.
if you didn't absolutely have to go in that area, why would you go? Why, you know what I
If
mean?
you need 200 bodyguards.
Right,
To
exactly.
see the real story.
If I were Albert Pujols, I'd try to get out of home Cardinal games at this
Hold
point.
on.
We have Leland Vitter of Fox News to give us the true story. They send the whitest person at Fox News to the middle of
Dumb
every
move.
race riot.
Dumb move.
They so
Is
dumb.
Ferguson
At least send Geraldo.
Wait, is Ferguson currently now having a race riot?
Oh yes, now
Yeah, they're
it's
trying
today.
to gin
Yeah.
one up.
Well,
It's
you
a
did.
Somebody who was shot.
1 year anniversary.
It's a 1 year anniversary. People already got shot
Oh.
like
Yeah.
today and yesterday.
Anniversary riot.
Yeah, there have been like there were 27 arrests yesterday.
Well, I mean, if we're going to have an anniversary for everybody that gets shot, that's going to be a pretty busy calendar, guys.
I know. I
prioritize.
mean, then you're gonna have what about the
Well, it's gonna
anniversary
be
of
a
the
bloody
indictment?
summer.
The indictment not coming down.
Right,
or anything like that?
right.
There's a lot of dates coming up.
There's a
here.
lot of dates coming up.
Pick your favorite shooting of an unarmed black teen, and we'll have a holiday for that.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
You
let's-
all, like,
you can't-
listen, we'll call it like President's Day. We'll have
Kurt,
Shootings Day.
For the love of God,
Right.
you can't festivus Black Lives. It's not a fucking festivus.
The greatest thing about that hashtag, the Black Lives Matter is. The greatest thing about Black Lives Matter is it's like that's a new concept to people. Like,
Right.
by the way,
How about
I've never
never
reminded of that.
I've yet to hear of one of those things doing. I've not heard one hashtag something that wasn't just fucking stupid
Sherrod's
and
Twitter
didn't
army.
make the point.
He's right.
That's the
though.
only
One
one.
of
You
the
know,
Chiefs is getting
I'll
people
give it to
fired.
you. That at least has a point.
Has a point.
That goes somewhere that I can understand.
Bring all my fans together under one
Ban
umbrella.
Bossy? Are you out of your Ban Bossy was a thing.
Yeah.
Hashtag, don't you think if you getting called bossy makes you not want to lead, that you weren't cut out to lead?
But that's women. Let's ask the bossy woman we have on the show. Hey, bossy, what do you think about
I didn't
this?
even know what you were talking about.
And
I thought
stop
there was
being
someone,
bossy.
I thought there was someone named Bossy, and I'd missed the scandal, and I wasn't going to give myself
She
away.
opens for Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you-
what I thought.
You can't say bossy was derogatory to women.
No,
Because
I know.
they can want to be assertive. And
Is that true?
I need a list of these so
What?
I can start using them in all
Yes.
my tweets.
Why
Yeah.
do people think, is this like the self-esteem movement? And Alex, you might know this. I'm just like what? Why is it that people believe like constant validation is the key to people achieving? Like if you tell women they can be engineers, they're going to be engineers.
You could argue the
Why do you
direct
think that?
opposite is true. You could argue.
I am arguing
Yeah,
that.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Nobody goes, Kurt, you can be a stand-up comedian one day.
I
And
damn
if they
sure
had
didn't
said
say
that,
it.
I wouldn't be one.
I mean,
I
that's the
said
only
the
reason I'm
opposite.
here.
I said the opposite for years about
That's
you,
what I
Kurt.
mean.
Someone,
Yeah,
someone told me I could be a
not.
comic. I believed
That
them.
makes you-
Terrible things have happened ever since.
What
why
makes you
would
want
you-
to do it more? Like,
Dude, I did a show with Dumb DeRosa one time. This is so great. We were doing a New York Comedy Festival show at a high school.
All the fans right now, Wikipedia DeRosa, nothing to come
They
up, but
know
just do
Joey.
it.
They know Joey Roses, aka
They don't know him.
aka the pheasant, aka the ant killer. So anyway,
All adopted no shoulders.
old adopted no shoulder. So Joey is me and Joe and this fucking kid who was 17, a 17-year-old, okay, who's like a young comic,
Right.
and who's like a big deal in this festival because he's 17. Because they love that, by the way, the industry.
That makes you a worse comic. The
He had
younger
a-
you are, the
dude,
worse you are.
He had a stage father. He had his dad with him, holding his outfit that he was going to wear, like pressed. And he's like, "All right, son, time to get changed into your." I'm like, you're never going to be a comic with that attitude of support and love.
that's a serial killer.
What the fuck
You're
are
going to
you
be a
doing?
serial killer. What you're gonna
Well,
be.
yeah, you're going to fucking have a dungeon. What are you doing?
A crawl space with a missing teenage girl in it.
No good can come. Listen, it's the whole key to it is the right amount of bullying, just
Yes.
the sweet spot.
Yeah.
You don't want to shoot the school up, but you need
Right
enough.
before you snap. Right before you snap. though.
Whatever they did to George R.R. Martin that made him come up with Game of Thrones in Bayonne, New
Yes.
Jersey.
was worth it.
Right, there's a fine line between, you're right, becoming a serial killer or making a great observation about airports. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's a hair. I mean, it's not easy to know where the line is until you cross it, I guess.
Right, if you cross it, it's bad.
I guess we crossed it with those fucking Columbine kids.
It's like Hunter S. Thompson said, that no one alive knows where the edge is, because anyone knows where the edge is dead. They went over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no coming back
They
from
either
it.
died or they got
There's no
kicked off
coming
at
back.
midnight.
That's where the edge is, at midnight.
All right, what's the next story?
Sure. We got Marie Holmes in North Carolina, my home state,
Oh,
who won
yeah.
$188 million on the Powerball and has so far only spent $9 million of it bailing her boyfriend out of jail.
Yeah, what happened
Wait,
was
what?
she won $188 million
Yep.
in North Carolina. She did the one-time lump sum payment of $88 million. That's how much she cleared. And the only money she spent so far was $9 million, bailing her boyfriend out of jail twice for heroin.
Now, in all
$9
fairness,
million?
no, $3 million of that, the initial bail was $3 million, but then he
For what?
violated it for dealing heroin.
How much heroin?
I'm
so
saying
much
$3
heroin.
All of it.
$3 million
All
worth of
of the
heroin.
heroin.
All the heroin in
Was
North
he
Carolina.
the Alex Bloomberg
I
of
don't know,
heroin?
trailer somewhere.
Alex nodded yes, so he said yes.
I've been bailed out of jail for heroin and never comes close to $3 million. Honestly, it's like 50 grand, Tom.
I
wasn't
forgot we got an
using.
expert to talk about
Is
this.
she white or black?
She's black.
She's black.
Okay.
got
Honest
a
to
kid
God,
with cerebral
why is there a
palsy.
$3 million bail for fucking a heroin thing?
That's a really
Black.
good question. And
Was
then
he black?
the better
Was there murder,
question:
though?
Because he's black.
why was this?
Was there murder?
Why was there a $6 million penalty for
How do you violate it though?
curfew?
And it's a $6 million
$6 million,
penalty?
another $6 million
Why
fine or
is the
fee. I don't know how
government-
bails work.
But
Sherrod,
here's the
can
thing: you
explain
get
it to
bail
us?
money back. You get it
You
back.
get 10%. You got to put up 10%.
You gotta put 10% of it.
10%. You get.
So
it
where
back.
did the rest of the money go? She's lying. I don't know what she's.
She won $88 million though, so we
Well,
got at
she
least another 2
She
years.
responded to her haters on Facebook.
Wait,
with-
why do they hate her for boiling?
Well, first of all, we got another 2 years of spectacular, rich, dumb shit coming from this lady.
That's
before
gonna be
she's
great.
dead. Before she's dead in a fucking
true.
dumpster.
Right, right.
I
curse of the
God bless her.
I bought the Mona Lisa in Times Square. What the fuck? They told me it was Cezanne's apples and pears. They're selling it at a diner on 6th Avenue. I bought Rogers Hornsby's rookie card.
Oh
A
God!
Mexican guy in Central Park. Do you realize Ty Cobb's rookie card is being sold at a hot dog stand?
Do you realize? Do you remember Artie at that SNL party, Sherrod, when Prince was going to be there, and Artie said he was going to heckle Prince? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Do you remember? Do raspberry beret. That would be so great.
I could not wait. If he was there, I was screaming, "Play Raspberry Beret!" You little fuck!
You little purple fuck.
Just another reason for me to get escorted out of show business. Is he gonna do Raspberry Beret or what?
Escorted out of show
That's
business.
like probably a song he put in his secret vault that no one's allowed to listen to. You know, he has like albums we'll never hear because he just won't. No, that goes in the vault. No one can know about this. He like hoards his own shit.
It was like in a safe next
He's
to
a
Carmen
music
Electra,
hoarder.
where she was chained up in the basement.
It's next to the skull of the original Apollonia.
I would still fuck that skull. I would fuck that skull.
You
of course
have
you would.
reference. That's the reference. The skull of Apollonia. That was the reference to make. Hey, little red Corvette, what am I, a shithead here? Hey, asswipe. I'm waiting here for 4 fucking hours. Dude, our dove's gonna cry or what? Can I get one fucking dove to cry? The buffet sucked. Been talking to Paul Rudd about his new fucking movie all night.
What's the next story?
Oh my good
Yeah,
God.
Bernie
Almighty.
Sanders sidelined in Seattle by the Black Lives Matter activists. They invaded the stage.
Who was what?
Sidelined in Seattle.
Sanders.
That's my fucking
Bernie
pilot.
Sanders. Oh yeah, the two
Seattle.
girls. The two.
He did look
Yeah.
like a guy getting mugged
And then-
by Sister Soldier and the rest.
And then
Public enemy.
Trump called it weak.
He paid for escorts and the wrong girls showed up at his door. Take your top off, Bernie. What? I didn't pay for this. Take your shoes off.
Did you order the Blumpkin?
Wait, what do you mean he was sidelined? What happened?
Two
Oh
girls
yeah, he
jumped on
gave up the
stage.
mic.
He
and
was
then,
horrified.
And then
He ran.
and then Donald Trump called him weak for giving up the mic.
He is weak for giving up the mic, and that's why he's never going to be president.
Nigga, he had two girls. It wasn't salt and pepper. It was more like meat and potatoes coming at him.
They were bad.
It's two solid bitches.
He was weak, the asshole.
Listen,
Weak.
Sherrod, you know me for years. I'm looking for any excuse to punch a bitch. So I get. Oh, sorry. Were we on air? I'm sorry. I'm just saying what Alex Bloomberg is saying into my microphone. Into
Alex
my
nodded
earpiece.
yes. He did say that.
They
Wait,
did.
you
They
do
said
that?
bitches got to listen. That's his words.
They basically mugged him. They mugged Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, they mugged him in. Yeah. They
But
could
they
have took his
never
cell
say
phone.
what they're saying. Have
So-
you noticed you can never hear them talking?
No, I know, yeah.
It's probably
That's
a
right.
fucking
It's
slam
probably 'cause
poem or something.
they're being retarded.
Maybe they were whispering, like, just read my lips, like, I will kill you.
No, I think they're talking, but the networks think this is too embarrassing. Let's just show the video.
Oh, really?
Do we have the video?
audio?
I heard some of the audio the
Okay,
first
let's
day.
have
hear the
audio?
audio. I want to hear the audio.
We might. I don't think we have the
All right.
audio.
I don't think
Can
there's
somebody?
audio.
Can we find the audio of that? Well, you tell us the next story. I do want that audio if we can get it. But
I mean, do you want to dig into that story
Well,
while
I
we're
don't
waiting for the
understand
audio?
why. So he was going on stage to tell
Yeah.
them that their lives matter.
Yeah, so he's talking about like economic equality or whatever.
Attention, black people.
And the reason that they targeted
You with the hat.
the reason that the
Your
Black Lives
life,
Matter.
your life matters. You two girls, tell your friends.
I mean,
That's a lot of entertainment
The
for
reason,
$2.
the reason they're targeting him instead of Hillary Clinton is because his crowds are bigger.
His clouds are bigger.
His crowds
Yeah.
are
Because
bigger.
people like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, they're
he struck a
excited.
nerve with some of these
Hey,
people.
this is just 1 inch closer to a Trump presidency, is what I'm hearing for this story.
I agree.
President Trump.
Well, how do you see this? You don't think that
happened?
could happen? Trump president? I think it could happen.
I thought it couldn't happen maybe a couple weeks ago. The closer we get to it, the more it seems like it is likely.
I mean, but you know, there's so much coverage so soon. It's August of 2015.
it's early. You're right. It's early. You're right. It's early.
I've already advance voted, so
early.
was that not a real voting booth I went in?
I mean, it is.
And why do I have to
vote?
vote with my mouth on a penis?
I mean,
glory hole.
it seems possible because you know Jake Tapper needs content for his fucking show or whatever the hell.
So you think that that's why all this is?
I think so.
It's a
That's a lot
24
of
hour
life
news
Polls
cycle.
now.
this once they're announced candidates. Polls mean something.
Oh yeah, okay. Because I think my Uncle
Every
Sonny's
week-
18th in the poll.
I mean, and you've been in this a lot longer than I have, but has there ever in the history of politics been somebody who was polling super well this early that then won? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
really?
All
I
of
don't
them.
know.
Everybody.
No way. Obama
No, you've
wasn't-
been hearing false information
Okay.
on TV.
You never
before
heard of
anybody
Barack
announces.
Obama.
You
Oh,
never
no,
heard of
he was ahead
Obama?
in the
At this
polls.
point,
I
wait a
looked
minute.
it
How to
up.
be ahead in the
You know.
polls like this time?
No, what
and,
they
like,
did was Romney was totally dominating. McCain was dominating. Obama was dominating. I mean, with Hillary and Obama were a lot closer.
For way
Once
further
they're
into the
announced,
primaries.
it means nothing before anybody is announced. That's like Elizabeth Dole winning. At this point, these polls are real.
Right. This is real
This is
polls.
stunning how
Listen,
well he's
Ann,
doing.
I'm
Ann
telling
knows
you.
her shit, just not about her own religion, apparently. All right, let's play.
Which is Scientology.
Would you? All right, let's play this. Bernie Sanders interrupted.
This is funny.
If they,
The visual's more funny.
You got it?
Thank you, Seattle, for being one of the most progressive cities in the United States.
You eat those words,
of
you old
America.
bastard.
yay!
We're progressive.
What is
There we
this
go.
thing?
Two
Here we go,
fucking
here we go.
Raven Simones jumped on him.
I know what happened there.
Two simply Ravens got him. Good.
If you do not listen to her, your event will be shut down.
What? Shut him down.
Black Lives Matter too much. It turns out. Everyone go home.
Your decision.
Look, old fancy hat. He thought he got a fedora hat. Thought he was going to control
old
that.
men who just don't know what to do. Just
Okay.
standing around.
See, now I see why MSNBC has not been playing audio.
She shouted him
This
down.
is fantastic.
You're right. You're right. Your decision, Grandpa.
It's your decision.
We are going to let you on the mic. Okay.
Trump is right
Do
about
not
this.
silence us.
At somebody else's event. It's so funny.
Wait a minute. Pause it 1 sec, dude.
We are trying to be.
These two selfish whores jumped on the stage
Yes.
Yeah.
and had
And
the
just
balls
interrupted
Just say don't
them.
silence
to
him.
go, do not silence us,
Yes.
you fucking pigs.
They're
Really?
hecklers.
I'll tell you this: if this was my comedy show,
Wow.
if this was my comedy show, I would have killed somebody.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
exactly. It's like
The
they
fucking
Kanye
balls.
West him.
Well, he
Yeah.
deserves it for thanking Seattle for their bullshit.
They're good. They
That
ate
was
those
like,
words.
much how I deserve
Wow.
that coffee on my lap for Ewing,
Who's
that
the guy
girl?
taking up for him right here with the fedora? Who's Telly Savalas taking up for Bernie Sanders?
I know.
That's his muscle.
Is
He's
that
his
Mel?
son.
It looks like Mel
That's his
Brooks
son?
from
No,
here.
I'm making that up. He's like
That's his
100
son. He's
years old.
90
That's
years old.
hilarious.
That's much play on there.
Dear Seattle, thank you for being progressive. And, oh my God.
We are trying.
Are they fighting with each
Look at
other?
that, look at
These
that.
two. What are you mad at him for?
Don't silence them.
We will after Senator Sanders.
Okay.
After Senator Sanders. After
But
Senator
Sanders is the headliner.
After Senator.
Please, Senator Kenesha, Senator Unique.
This is fantastic.
After Senator Sanders. After Senator.
This is how scared white people are of black people on like on a one-on-one basis.
Not
you
no
pussies.
Seattle black people.
We're shutting it down. You are shutting it down. You are disrupting this event. You
Why
are
don't they just
disrupting
remove
this
them from
event.
the stage?
We will.
Because they're scared.
They're afraid
Yeah.
to touch them.
No, you are shutting it
That
down.
really
Dude.
turns me off.
First of all, those are not
Afraid
the black
of
people to
another
be scared
black
of.
person being shot.
That's
You are
what,
shutting it down.
first of all, Bernie Sanders has Liberace as his bodyguard. You're shutting it down. Are you shutting this down? You think you're shutting this down?
Wow. Yeah, he'll be great against Putin, this
Yeah.
fucking pussy.
They just didn't want
Bernie
the visual.
Sanders will be wonderful.
Talk
no.
to my head of security, Richard Simmons.
Oh my God, dude. Dude,
This
he
is
can't be the
why-
president. He's a fucking punk.
This is why you want bodyguards who have no assets, no money in the bank, nothing
You're
to
right,
lose. Because
you're
I
right.
think you're right. Why don't they just throw them off?
You
You
want
need-
to
they'll get sued.
You
Because
need
they-
those Britney Spears
They'll get sued.
bodyguards. Yeah.
Because
Well,
the-
they'll get
the-
sued.
They'll
yeah.
get worried
And
about
also-
getting sued. You
You
need
know
someone
what
who
they
has
need?
nothing to
He
lose.
needs the fucking Hell's Angels to Altamont these two fucking.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders can't have the visual.
He needs to start singing
I
Under
agree.
My Thumb.
I mean, first of all, what kind of punk? How is he supposed to be the president? I mean, that he got punked.
can't punk.
By the way, by
Well,
Seattle black people you're afraid of? Those are the black people.
They
you
got a
feel-
little dolezal in them. That's I don't even trust them.
I'm not sure those weren't white girls. Sherrod, as far as I can
Right.
tell, those might be white girls who are just saying they're black.
Yeah.
Could be.
They got fucking purple hair. Those ain't the black girls to be afraid of, Bernie.
It was
They're
two
not.
Raven Simone. Simply Raven pushed you off the stage. You coward.
you look like Bernie
fucking-
Getz.
They're
let-
worried
Fucking
about
cowards.
getting
He let
sued.
Kareth Foster push him off the stage.
No,
They don't
but
know who
Trump.
that is.
There's another thing Trump was right about, though. Trump is right about. He had the exact. He's saying exactly what you guys said. Trump said he looked weak.
What would
And
drunk
it's-
Trump say is the question.
Get your bloody pussies off the stage. There's blood all over my sneakers. You got blood coming from your ears, your mouth.
Oh my
Talk
God.
to my.
Oh, drunk Trump knows how to handle bitches.
I would pay.
Talk to my bodyguard, Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh
Holy
my God.
shit, dude.
Good
He
God
just
Almighty.
got pushed off his own thing after he thanked them. Well, but why?
I
do we
know. Thanks for being progressive. Get the fuck up.
Dude, that's
So
how
embarrassing.
fucking. Listen,
Exactly what happened. That's hilarious.
look, liberals are dying. You always talk about liberals
Because they seem stupid.
No, it's not liberals. This is progressive and then tyrannical. That's
Yeah.
who's eating the liberals. The liberals were kind of reasonable.
It's both on the same
And now
side.
What you're gonna get is these two
It's the
fucking
Tea Parties when
these dippy fucking
It's the
slices.
same.
That's your new fucking
That
liberal.
really
Yeah.
is sad. You're right.
Yeah.
And
Everybody-
you should have appreciated fucking meathead from All in the Family. You should have laid off him a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine him in
Fucking
Syria. Imagine him in Syria. Thank you for being a progressive. Just cut his head off. They just cut his head off. I want to thank
fucking-
Syria for being the most progressive country. Bernie Sanders gets beheaded after complimenting Syria.
Mid-speech, they beheaded Bernie Sanders.
I want to thank ISIS for being progressive and okay. On your knees, Bernie.
He's through. He might as well drop out the race. It's over.
Exactly.
It's over.
That is the weakest thing I've ever seen in my life.
How did
Exactly what.
What's
Can
the
we
name
hear
of
it
that
from
group?
Drunk Trump?
Wait, who's that
Trump,
group? Yeah.
Trump, here's my bodyguard, Greg Louganis.
Who's that group in Kenya that would like sneak into British houses?
ISIS.
No, thank you, drunk Trump.
It's ISIS, right? I'm sorry, is it just Jeopardy? What is ISIS?
What's the name of those people that remember in colonial Kenya they would climb into the rooms, windows of British people and chop their fucking heads off? They're a group. They're
Saviors?
Hell's
Angel?
I like them, but what are they called?
Progressives?
Mau Mau.
Mau Mau.
Fucking Bernie Sanders stood there while two Mau Maus came on the stage and fucking hacked him to pieces.
He got Mau Mau by two Tempest Bledsoes.
I just want to say Tempest Bledsoe punk and fucking
punked you.
She was backed up by Malcolm Jamal Warner on top of it, you fucking pussy.
Bledsoe.
Wow. If you would vote for Bernie Sanders, you're fucking insane. We're going to be speaking Russian in fucking 3 weeks.
Exactly. That's the weakest I've ever seen a person.
If that fucking punk ass, if that prison Prague becomes the president, okay?
I mean,
if he becomes president, half the country is going to be like Falafel Dawn, the movie, and the other half of the country is going to be fucking straight Mau Mau.
The White House will be occupied by salt and pepper. Push it real good.
Dude, how did people down Bernie Sanders for making, not Bernie Sanders, Howard Dean when he made that,
This is worse than that.
If Bernie Sanders had made that Howard Dean noise, he could have chased them off the stage.
What a piece of tape.
He should have pawed them.
Every Republican should just play that tape.
They aren't playing the full tape on TV. I've not heard the audio until now.
Did you hear this mouthy
I didn't hear it either.
Yeah.
She goes, "Don't silence us." He should have wrestled her to the stage like a gator and duct taped her fucking face shut. That's what he should have done.
Yes.
You lippy fucking dumb.
Don't silence us. We ain't pay for these
I'm voting
microphones.
Trump. Listen,
we're using them.
That wouldn't be progressive if he silenced them.
What did they want to say? Why were they going against
nothing.
him?
Sanders is beating Clinton in the
Does
the New
anybody?
Hampshire
But does
poll.
anybody know?
For now.
He's a weak man.
It's done. It's done.
Michael
Those
Du-
Red Sox fans going to see this shit and they're going to be like, get the
Fucking-
fuck out of here.
Fucking Michael Dukakis. Listen,
Anybody in Southie?
this is a fact.
No, I know he is.
This is a fact.
Probably
Michael
a week.
Dukakis in that tank
Here's
looked more
my theory on
presidential.
this. I don't think that no matter how much money Clinton raises, I think that who she is already solidified in the in the nation's
Right.
imagination. I don't think that a war machine is going to help her. Whereas like Bernie Sanders has something to gain. You know what I mean? Like that's my only thing.
Caitlin,
Yeah.
Hillary's not getting voted
Caitlin,
for.
I don't think Hillary's going to win.
She's
I
gonna
don't
get,
think Hillary's going to win. I
she's
don't
gonna
think
get
Hillary's going
votes.
to win.
Here's what she's going to get votes for who she isn't. And
I
who she
still
isn't is
think
Ted
she
Cruz and fucking Marco
No, but
stupid
that's
fucking
what she won the
Rubio.
primary.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
That's why you
What's
vote
a
for
war
her.
machine going
I
to
don't
say that we
think-
haven't already heard?
I don't think Biden will take on the feminists by challenging the
Biden.
president.
I don't think
Biden's
Biden
not
can
a
beat
threat.
Clinton.
He's not a
Well,
threat.
I don't think
at
I don't think
By
we've
the
seen
way-
that
Then
yet.
who's it going to be?
I don't know. I just don't think that
There's
she
a
can
limited number of possibilities.
Even
win.
Biden
You're
wouldn't
not
have let
wrong.
those two
I don't know, but I
So
don't.
you're right.
Hillary.
It's just
Yeah,
I
Biden.
don't think so.
Okay, hold
I
on.
guarantee you this: whoever gets elected,
I mean, like, I think
it's gonna
that
be
I
some
don't think
great
that there's
jokes.
anything. I
That's
think that
right,
she's
me.
too big to take the kind
Every
of risk
comedian
that
should
she
be
would take to
begging
make.
for Donald
You know
Trump.
what I mean?
I'm telling
Oh, I
you.
think she's a terrible candidate. The Democrats would like to get rid of her, but I don't think they can.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Well, we. should
why
talk
is
about
Ann
this.
giving Caitlin more time?
I'm sorry.
Who
It's
doesn't
some
know
woman
what she's
shit.
talking about, and me, who did know what I was talking
You know
about, got
exact-
fucking clipped
You
over.
just got Bernie
Unbelievable.
Sandered.
I
It's
got
a
Bernie
feminist
Sanders in my
conspiracy,
own
Kurt.
show.
Your
I will never be
vaginas are
president.
talking to each
Do
other.
not silence us.
I love the idea of him getting beheaded.
Oh my God!
Just immediately.
Listen, let me
You
tell you
guys
something.
are so wonderful.
If Donald Trump runs on a campaign of "Shut up, bitch," I'm voting for him.
How can you vote against that?
I can't believe Bernie Sanders let two slam poets drag him off his own stage. A senator of the United States. A fucking girl.
Two slam
I'll bet they didn't, but dude, I'll bet you $50 right now. Those two girls didn't even have proper black girl names to be scared of.
Probably not.
I bet you
I
they
saw
named
a
like
Sharon
some
and a
hippie shit.
Marsha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they probably named white girl names on top of it.
But you don't know what to do when you see two fucking Sherry Shepherd and Stereo coming at you. What you want to do? That's all. I just wanted to get that line.
Sherry Shepherd, by the way, would never do something like that. She's a very lovely person, I must say. I would never see her doing something like
Tell
that.
it to her ex-husband.
Ooh.
That was more
I
of
don't know
a
anything
Belle
about it.
Biv DeVoe moment. Belle Biv DeVoe.
But Sherry Shepherd's pretty nice. I have met her a dozen times. And
Tell it to her ex. Shut up.
do you know her
fucking
ex? What did she do to her ex?
Yes, they got divorced. She got to pay him child support or alimony. She
Are
got
we
to pay
really
him alimony.
spending time on Sherry Shepherd?
I mean, he asked me
Yeah,
a
we
question. I
are.
got all the info over here already. I got all the info.
So wait, Caitlin, do we have any info
Way
on
too
what,
long.
You're right,
what these
you're right.
two fucking horrific?
You know what? After
I mean, I can
Slam
pull that
Poet,
up, but, like,
after
I don't
Slam
know.
Poet, you got to
I don't
retire.
have it.
Yeah, I think
that was
we good on that one. Listen, I
Yeah.
want to know who
I
would
got-
drunk Trump have in his cabinet.
Oh,
Let's get down to the real brass
I
tacks.
got my cabinet Rumpelmans. I got Goldschlager in my fucking cabinet.
drunk Trump.
I got lines of angel dust.
Drunk Trump. Okay, hypothetical situation.
Yeah,
Okay?
what's that mean?
Okay.
I like like that he's not an elite intellectual. That's the
Yeah,
other thing I
what the
like.
fuck?
Words are his enemy.
Hypothetical, my
So
ass.
you're on stage thanking the city of Seattle for their progressivism.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then these two girls jump on the stage. Two young African American, I guess, poetesses.
Yeah.
Slam.
And Earth Mothers or whatever come on the stage.
Moons.
And they go, they interrupt.
Bleeders.
These two fucking bleeders get on the stage.
These two pussy bleeding.
These two fucking X wounds. Come on. How do you handle it, Drunk Trump? How do you handle it?
I fucked the two of them. That's what I do. I have a couple of kids. I win the mulatto. How's that sound?
Mulatto? I don't think you can say
I
mulatto
buy a
anymore.
ticket for
Drunk Trump
mulatto.
can say anything and his polls go up.
I'm Drunk Trump.
Yes,
because he's politically incorrect.
The mulatto joke put me up 8 points in New Hampshire.
I'm checking. Can I tell you something? I'm checking the polls right now. Since the first hour of this show, his numbers have doubled. Drunk Trump.
I think all of our numbers have doubled.
Somebody should take that Twitter
could
handle.
beat Bernie Sanders right now.
If that's not taken, you should fucking take it. Drunk Trump is gonna take you through.
Go outside and swing a dead cat. You'll hit someone who could beat Bernie Sanders.
Wow.
The two little girls on Blackish could beat Bernie Sanders.
Do you know, I thought Blackish was, at first, I honestly thought it was a Blackfish, that documentary. I thought it was
Blackfish?
the one about
Like
the
catfish?
orca whale.
Oh, no.
Eating the, you see that?
Was it called Blackfish?
Blackfish
Yeah.
was the name of the
Weird.
documentary, Blackish.
Why gotta be a
Anthony-
blackfish?
Well, because it was orca.
It's not even a fish.
I don't know, but you see the 600-pound, the half-ton killer?
What?
Half-ton
They
killer.
found Jaws.
No. I thought it was going to be about that. I thought it was going to be a documentary about orcas. It was about this really fat woman who rolled over on a kid.
No.
And
Is
this
that
was
true?
called- Yes. It's
Is
a
that
600-pound life person, the same doctor, that doctor that yells at them, who I love. Because
The Indian guy?
By the way, don't feel bad. People
Yeah,
like
it's the Indian guy, right?
The Indian guy.
Yeah, he goes,
I
well,
love
look,
it.
you're not trying.
Have you
Why,
tried?
what is this? Like, I can't have tacos?
No,
No, you can't.
I love when that guy says something. Have you tried pizza without mayonnaise? No. And it's always like a redneck. It's always like a redneck going, I just love mayo on pizza. We all do. But look at mommy. Look at mom. She's so tired. Have you tried eating something that's not a cinder block? Your mother tells me, you tell me you're lying. You tell me you're doing good. Your mother told me you ate a UPS truck.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
throwing up my hands, Rodney.
Have you tried not eating your weight in Fuddruckers? Has that idea ever crossed your fat head?
Oh, that dude is
I
too much.
understand. You know, the staff is making fun of you. They call you Obese Witherspoon. I don't condone this.
Oh, good God Almighty!
All right,
My
what's
stomach
next?
hurts.
We got two great sports stories.
Let's make it quick. We
Yeah.
only gotta, you know what? That's enough. We out of stories. We only got a
Oh, we
minute
only got
left.
10 minutes left.
We only got 1 minute left.
Oh, the
We
time.
do? It's
We have
10:50.
we gotta play more stuff. You don't know how this runs.
No.
Just leave it to me.
And I haven't been paid for 6 weeks. By the way,
Welcome to podcast.
That's normal.
here we are in Sirius, 6 weeks in, no check yet. Hint, hint.
Don, wake up, Don. Look at Lewis pointing at himself. He's been here 3 years. He ain't never get nothing.
Lewis,
you know what?
how
White
do you
man with
survive?
just 6
You know what
weeks.
you gotta do?
White man with just 6 weeks. Tell Lewis.
You know what? Complain to Baba Booey when he's taking his helicopter.
Excuse me, Mr. Bowie. Mr. Bowie, can I have a
haven't
moment?
paid in 6 weeks.
Mr. Bowie, I know you don't know me, but I have race war. Like, what?
Oh, that son of a bitch.
Well, Mr. Stuttering John.
Let's thank our guest, Kurt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No, that's a problem. Artie, thanks for coming on,
Thank
man.
you,
We
man.
we love you,
It's
Nick.
always fun,
You got
man.
something coming up? What's popping out for you?
I
I gotta come on your show too.
Yeah, come on anytime. I'll be on the Tonight Show next week, August 20th.
Mention
I'll be
me.
on- Yeah, I will. I'll be on there doing my brand of comedy. Doing Drunk Trump.
Drunk Trump.
And Caroline, September 12th. So.
Thanks
And
for coming, man.
ArtieQuitter.com. That's my podcast. Artie Quitter.
ArtieQuitter.com.
ArtieQuitter.com.
Who's the guy that animates? I bet he could animate Drunk Trump like he did Cosby.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some Drunk Trump shit going.
We'll get it.
Maybe
Annie?
you could get back on at midnight.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Now, after the
gotta
Tonight
rally.
Show,
I'm
you know,
hoping
if you
to get
do well on that.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get in a threesome with Chris Hardwick. and
After
somebody.
what he tweeted? after what he tweeted, you think he's going to be invited back about an African-American woman?
And thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having
How's
me.
the book doing? The book is selling like
Fantastic.
shit. Adios, America.
10 weeks on the printed New York Times bestseller list, and I owe it all to Race Wars.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
America.
We pumped it.
Well, you know, it's funny because I read it was like a couple days later. I read a thing blasting you, I think on Salon, where they go, and believes that immigration should be like Tinder from our immigration Tinder
Oh yeah, that's
episode.
one that, yes.
When which I said that joke to,
Great
but I didn't
episode
want
of
to take
Race
credit
Wars.
for it because people were pretty mad.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been using it every place.
That
It's a
was
great. That was a great
fantastic
joke.
idea. I'm going to present it to Trump.
Sounds good
Do
to
me
me.
a favor. Listen,
Sounds good.
Okay, just next time you tell it,
You're in.
just don't say I gave it to you. Just say my friend Alex Bloomberg of Gimlet Media.
Alex, thank you for coming on, Alex. We really appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yeah.
The whole crew, man, and make sure you check us out on Race Wars.
Thank you, Caitlin, for the news.
At Race Wars, our podcast on Twitter.
So
Caitlin,
real.
of course. The family's here. Karen, Caitlin, Artie, and thank you. Yes.
I'm doing a book signing in Northvale, New Jersey this Saturday at 10 p.m. with you.
That's right.
Oh.
I'll be there. That's right. That's
Books
before
and
we go
greetings,
to the guns.
sorry.
We're going to the gun range.
And I'm coming to Comedy Catch in Chattanooga on the August 20th through the 23rd.
Watch out for Muslims.
That's going to be a real
Is that
deal
what
this
Chattanooga
weekend.
is? Is that the new Dearborn? And then
That's where the Muslims shot up those four
Push
Marines
it out,
in a
dummy. Push it
sandwich.
out.
Oh.
What is she lying?
I can't remember the name of the
All right, that's
fucking
it.
spot.
Race
We're
Wars.
done.
We love you. Peace.
Bye.